Welcome, everyone, to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame in his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
I guess the pause for dramatic effect. Also with us today, a reoccurring guest. I'd say he's a fixture of the show at this point. It's the magnificent Son X.
That's right. That's right. How's everybody doing tonight?
There it is. How are you doing, Son
That's
X?
right. That's right. How's
Doing
everybody doing tonight?
There it is. But for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. This is a twice a week all sports podcast. Takes place every single Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every single Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're new to the channel, we invite you to stick around a while. We invite you. You have a cordial invitation coming to you to subscribe on YouTube, to like on Facebook, and to follow on Twitter. Again, as I mentioned, this is a twice a week sports show. We talk anything and everything sports. We talk MLB. There's going to be a lot of opening day conversations as well. We talk MLB. We talk NHL. We talk NBA. We talk NFL, college athletics, world football, and so much more. So again, if you like conversation, you like sports, you definitely want to make sure to give this show a listen.
Can I just say something? You said
Sure,
that
bro.
you said if you're new to the program, well, just disregard all the things that TJ just said because he's never on time. He's late again, always at least a half hour. He's never on time. I don't know. I'm just a big believer. You tell somebody they're going to be there at a certain time, you have to do it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
The reverse of Lombardi time.
That's right. Reverse Lombardi time.
You're the reverse of Lombardi time.
I'm reverse Lombardi time. Okay. That's, you know what? I was late today. I was running late today.
You late every day.
Grumpy did a great job. I don't even have an excuse today. I used the restroom, I guess, beforehand, so hopefully no bathroom breaks today. So
that's not going to happen.
Wait till he gets to the first comment. Oh, hold on. I got to go to the bathroom.
It'll drop down from 4 to 3.
Oh, good gracious. But yes, it's an all sports show. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. Also, leave a thumbs up if you enjoy what we're doing. And hey, you get a few laughs, you get a smile out of it. Make sure you leave a thumbs up. Apparently, it helps the algorithm. It helps get mine, the Grumpy Old Man, and Son X's word out to the masses.
Even if you don't like it, hit a thumbs up.
There it is. Even if you don't like it, leave a thumbs up. Okay, fair enough.
And can I just say right off the top that Son X will be showing himself somewhat on the next podcast.
Is it next show, huh?
Next show. That's right.
Could have been today, actually. Could have been today.
Next show.
Next show for certain.
We're going to have a reveal of Son X. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen Son X in years. So this is going to be like
much. You're not missing much.
Oh, there it is.
It's going to be like me seeing Son X for the first time too. Yes, Son X, I guess, is going to have a face reveal this next Sunday. Ooh, get ready, ladies and gentlemen. That's worth the price of admission all by itself. Let me put it to you that way. So yes, all sports show. Today, we've got a lot coming at you. It was opening day in MLB and Major League Baseball. I'm excited. I'd say this is the first time I've been kind of excited for opening day in a while. And I hope you guys, maybe you share the same sentiment as me, but we're going to be talking a little bit about opening day. We're going to be talking about, there were some NFL pro days that took place. Anthony Richardson, to be specific. We'll talk about that. We've got a few clips to show from his pro day, the work in progress himself. Also, we've got March Madness, right? The Final Four is this weekend.
Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. This Saturday. And then, on Monday, you've got the finals. I mean, it's exciting time there for March.
WrestleMania, Saturday and Sunday.
That's right. WrestleMania.
Oh, just can't we just wait to see everybody betting on WrestleMania? Oh, yeah. Betting on scripted events. Wouldn't that be just nice?
I tell you what, Vince McMahon was the best and worst thing that ever happened to wrestling. Ever.
Yeah.
Even when you kind of knew it was fake, but they sold it so well that you had that suspension of disbelief to some regard. I know as a kid, I thought it was real when I was a kid, and then it's like they come out and said it, and it's like, dude, you just killed your product.
It was like you didn't really think about it. There was no reason to think about, is this real? Is it fake? Because it's not, it's not something that came up in the life. Everybody knew it was kind of fake, but yeah, I know you've talked about it before. But yeah, we'll talk about WWE. I'm not sure that's going to be talked about too much on the show, because even if we show a second of any WWE clip, the film is blocked.
I'm not
You don't
saying
think we
we
should
have
show
to
The Rock doing the people's eyebrow?
No, absolutely not. Even if we were doing The Rock doing the people's eyebrow, that's how ridiculous and over the top WWE is. They're going to strike our video down and block it in all countries. So yeah, not even like a 5-second. You could show like a GIF of The Rock doing with the eye, and we'd get the stream taken down.
Really?
Yes, WWE and World Football do not joke around. They will strike our video down, and I'll have to do some editing and post to make sure it's available for the masses. So yeah, we don't show those on the stream ever. But yeah, we're going to be talking MLB. We're going to be talking some pro days that have occurred. We're going to be talking about the Final Four, as we'd mentioned. We're going to be talking about some early visits to the injury list, or the IL, some unexpected visits to the injury list. We'll talk a little bit about Shohei Ohtani's potential upcoming contract, the rumors around it. We'll talk about contract of Lamar Jackson. We're going to mention there. Also, Bronny James with some name, image, and likeness on the way. So it's a fun day. I don't know. It's just March and opening day. That's fantastic. I'll tell you, no better way to start off. Did you guys happen to see who sang the national anthem for the Cardinals today?
Adam Wainwright.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, I wasn't sure if you guys had a chance to listen to it, but I'll go ahead and. What was that, X?
I said we did. He was actually not half bad.
Yes, so I'll pop this up on screen and I'll get to listen to it. Little Adam Wainwright action singing the national anthem.
Kicking off his final season as a player in St. Louis, number 50, Uncle Charlie.
You could tell based off the reaction of the players, they did not know Adam Wainwright was going to go up there and sing. So it adds a little bit of the extra, like, they're so excited and psyched for him, obviously. So
Adam Wainwright.
Jeez, I tell you what, I'm so excited for Major League Baseball this year.
First time in a long time for me, too.
The games were just lickety-split quick. It's like back when I was a kid growing up.
Yeah.
Not these slogs. Who are these guitar guys? Are they former Cardinals as well?
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night.
I think the people who took the over on this, the degenerate gamblers who say, I'm going to bet the over and under on the national anthem, I think the people who took the over definitely won this one.
Does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I thought it was a little slow, but I'm going to tell you what, I loved what he did. It's supposed to be a national anthem, not something where you're doing some type of ridiculous interpretation of something. You're just supposed to sing it straight. It was a little slow. I don't know where he's from, but I'm going to say Texas. He sounded like he's from Texas. And I thought he did a nice job.
For
I
a
don't know.
player, I thought he did a good job.
The one thing I'll also add in this is I think that he's got a future, a bright and promising future in R&B and hip hop, because the way he sang that song, I could tell you that's the type of music genre he's going to go in, not country music or anything like that. You could tell it, like he's got that. He does have that twang about his singing voice. Grump.
I thought he was good. I mean, is he going to be a professional singer? No, but for singing national, I mean, he got all the words right. He didn't do anything stupid or embarrassing to himself or to the country. I thought he did a fine job.
Hey, it was a good job, no doubt about it. So that obviously, that was I'd say it's gone viral. It's got millions of views already.
Yeah, absolutely, it has. I think it was all over MLB's Instagram page, all over everything.
Don't you hate when somebody goes, for the home of the brave? No,
I actually enjoy that, Grump. You don't enjoy that?
no, because they're morons. Everyone who does that is a moron. Every single person.
No.
Dude, I think we need
Sing
to
it
call
straight.
911 and get Grump
Sing
checked
that
out.
song straight.
Having a
It's the
stroke.
national anthem. Sing it straight.
We got to do what there, X?
We got to call 911. I think Grump was having a stroke there for a second.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but there is, like, with the pitch clock rule, and this is something that's going to be popping up more and more, the pitchers just cannot endlessly throw over to first base, right? And this is what you're going to see here. Ronald Acuna, he gets thrown over. They throw over to first base twice, and I'll let you watch what occurs here after this. Oh, man, did they take the volume off of this? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, they threw over twice. He asked about it. He got excited because immediately he was going to steal on that next pitch. But right after they throw over twice, I don't think they could throw over a third time.
They can't. They cannot.
So, yep, and that's the rule. I'm just saying, if you throw over twice, man, oh man, it's pretty much just a stolen base.
Yep.
It's for all these speedsters.
It's the only rule that I don't like.
Yes, there needs to be. I'm not sure two might not be enough. Obviously, right? If you can't be throwing over and saying like, "Oh, I'm going to stall by throwing over 5 or 6 times," but it's like you're right. I think you're going to see a lot more stolen bases.
The bases are bigger, so with the base is bigger. You think about it. It's you get closer to second base, and it's shorter to you. So, I mean, I don't like the fact that only throwing over twice, or you can't even step off. If you step off, it counts as a throw over. I mean, I know what they're trying to do, but still, come on.
That is, I was about to say, that is the one rule I'm not a fan of. And I'll put it to you like this too. I feel like now stolen base records are in jeopardy. I really do.
Like Ricky Henderson's?
I don't think
I'm
so.
not.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Grump. I think it could be in jeopardy. I do believe that because, right, if you're going to be thrown over to bases, right, and twice, I mean, like, you're going to have a lot more multi-steal games in situations like that. Because let me ask you this. If you got guys on I feel like the guys who have a lot of speed, we're going to see stealing or the stolen base numbers are going to be way up this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
I absolutely
That's what they want. They want more excitement on the base paths, right?
More action. Mm-hmm.
I mean, but like, okay, I'm not saying you should be allowed to throw over there 5 or 6 times during that bat, but 2, it's like, or just stepping off 2. I mean, if you got a guy who's a real speedster, takes a big lead, you throw over once or twice, he'd walk in a second. Just give him second base.
I was about to say, as soon as he starts the next one, it's like, here you go, the steal sign. Go ahead and steal. That's whatever the steal sign is.
Lift his foot up, immediately go.
I don't even think if he stands on the mound, you could just go. What's he going to do? He's got to throw home. Can't throw to first. Can't throw to second. Just walk down to second base. They will eventually have to tweak that because you'll see somebody take advantage, and they're going to go, okay, well, this isn't how we designed it.
It's one of those to where I like a lot of it. You're right, because the games are going by much quicker. I think they're much more high action, high pace. And I know that everybody saw. I think Grumpy, you sent it to me. Rafael Devers was the first person to get the out or get thrown out based off of the pitch clock. Rafael Devers. It's he won't be the first. He's the first, but he certainly won't be the last. That's for certain, Grump.
Agree.
Yep, I agree with you as
on
well.
screen.
That's just the first one, first of many.
Here it is. This is what resulted.
Right on the top of it. Want to get in any pitch you throw. I mean, and we've seen him do it over the years.
And it's too bad because the Red Sox lost by a run. They scored a boatload in the 8th inning. It was 10-4 to start the 8th.
With his bat, with his speed.
You're out.
Well, technically, isn't he in the box?
He was not set though.
It doesn't matter. He's in the box.
He's got to get set. No, he's got to be set. That's the way the rule's written, I believe. You could be in the box, but you got to be set and ready to swing.
Well, you're right about that. Betts was a generation.
All right, just let him pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't understand. Like I said, it's going to take some getting used to.
Yes,
but
it will. It will.
I mean, if you have a certain pitch, if he's not in the box, just throw it. Guess what?
Yep.
You throw strikes when a guy's trying to get in there in the box and digging in, they're going to stop doing that.
Now, I will tell you one thing. The ump show is back. That is for certain. The freaking ump show is back. Back to their freaking craziness. Back to the nonsense, Grumpy. I'll tell you this. Now, this was in preseason. Now, this has 23 million views on social media. Obviously, this one blew up for baseball fans and non-baseball fans alike because I'll let you watch it. I'll let you pass judgment, guys.
Kimbrough says, I don't like that call. Now, here's the action right here. And the umpire felt like Realmuto took his bum out of the way. And I think Realmuto didn't sense that the ball was on its way, so he just figured the umpire was throwing it back to the mound.
Now, on the prior exchange, the umpire threw it out to Kimbrough. So, all right, you don't feel the ball get nestled into your glove. So he wasn't even looking back at the umpire. He just pulled his glove down.
How is the umpire? How is the umpire not understand? JT Realmuto is not looking at him.
Right.
Catchers do not do this when they receive the ball. Hey, let me go ahead and turn around every single time. They just put their glove out there and they don't see it. Hey, let's get ready. He's going to be throwing that ball to the pitcher. That's simple. I thought this, though, was quite funny. That's for certain.
I think we need to have a count on umpires. If they can't get the ball into the catcher's glove quick enough, boom, ejected from the game.
Throw the ump out. See you later.
I think
it's ridiculous.
I think what the umpires are trying to do is make themselves relevant. Because with the electronic balls and strikes coming, how much of the umpire action do you need? I guess stuff at second base, right? But that's about it. I mean, I don't know.
Well, let's. Oh,
wow!
the bad call. I'll tell you one thing: the umps are already in mid-season form, ladies and gentlemen, because the pitches that are well off the plate being called strikes are there. That's for certain.
That kid couldn't have hit that pitch. He was using an oar from a boat.
Oh.
It was so outside.
Good gracious, you gotta love that, don't you?
It's close.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
And you have this is today too. Oh my goodness, Grump! Boom! Oh, that's bad. Hey, X, let me ask you that. As playing baseball, when an umpire is calling that a strike, what's the feeling you get in the box? I mean, like, were you ever a person who back talked or mouthed the ump at all, or how did that? I mean, let me ask you. Were you?
No, I never did. I mean, my only thoughts would have been like, did I cut this guy off coming here to the game? Is that why he's giving me these awful called strikes over here? No, I mean, I never really back talked. I probably would have looked back and been like, are you kidding me? Or like looked over at the dugout and like said something, but I wouldn't have said something directly to him. That's a good way to get kicked out. But
well, now with let me ask you this, X. Now with the pitch clock, I mean, you can't even really stare at. You talk about those exchanges that used to go viral, and they would look at them like, "What the hell's going on?" You can't even do that anymore, right? Because hey, you got to be ready and set. And if that clock's going, if you're giving me any lip, I'm going to give you another strike. Not only did I give you the bad call, the ball on the strike, but now I'm going to go ahead and get you with another strike because you're not ready and set. Another strike.
Why do I have a feeling this is going to be a regular feature on the show?
Bad umpire?
Bad umpiring. I mean, okay, here's in effect what, and here's the thing, as a former manager myself.
Grumpy, now remind everybody, for those who are new to the show, you used to manage at a very high level. Like, go ahead and share some of that.
Very high level. No, we'll talk about that some other time. But what it does is, for the batter, it expands the zone. When you're calling a pitch that's, 5 or 6 inches off the plate to strike, what's going to happen? The next time a pitch is out there, batter's going to swing at it. Even, no, it wasn't a strike the second time, but it expands the zone. You could bust the guy in because he's looking outside now. That's just not good. I'm sorry, that's terrible. No. It's really a disadvantage. Now, if you call it like that all game, players could react. I mean, I don't know. That ball
just
was
lose your job if you call it like that all game.
That ball was so far outside that you just can't. Is this going to be Vogelbach? Please tell me you got Vogelbach.
Oh, you want me to pull the
third?
Oh, I can get you that one. I can get you that one. I didn't know if you saw that or not, but yes, Vogelbach.
I did. Oh my God.
Okay.
I did.
Well, I'll watch that one next. But the Mets, this was another one of these, like the weird rule changes, right? Now, this is something that to keep an eye on as well. I'll let you listen to it. Now, this was called a strike because it was a foul ball, but Pete Alonso took too long after he was running the base path. He took too long getting back to first base, so they automatically rung up an additional strike against McNeil. I'll let you watch.
What's going on? They're going to reset the pitch clock because it took Alonso time to get back to first base.
Oh, I like the call that.
Did they call a ball because Alonso took his time going back to first?
Maybe they called a strike.
Called it a strike. Oh, I don't know about that.
How
look at the first base? They all got
supposed to wait for the base runners to
stopwatches.
Everybody's got stopwatches in their hands and pockets. Okay, there was a game today. Texas against, I think, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And something happened where the officials' stopwatch didn't work. And it took like 5 or 10 minutes for them to get something that worked. I'm like, okay, fellas, kind of defeating the whole purpose here. So, I mean, I just think it's wrong to have stopwatches. Hold on. First base coach with the stopwatch. I mean,
Grump. At least when they get phased out of the MLB, they can clock 40 times for the NFL Combine.
That's true.
So,
well, no, those are electronic times.
For NFL Pro Days or NFL Pro Days. There we go.
Very good.
I tell you this. Now, I'll let you continue to watch it because the reaction they have, this kind of does make it a little bit fun because it's like nobody has any idea what the hell is going on out here. And you got the managers out there like, what's going on? Nobody really understands the rules. The announcers are like, what the hell's going on as well? So it makes it kind of fun. This almost gives me like WWE vibes where it's like somebody comes out where it's like, oh my gosh, the Cane just came out and started pummeling somebody. Like, what's going on? It's kind of
who just came out? The
Cane, Grumpy. The Cane.
Let's get within reasonable distance of the base before they reset the clock.
Well, that's a mistake by Vanover and his crew. If they call a strike on him, it's a big mistake.
You can't penalize the hitter. He didn't do anything.
There's no one in position to play.
That's just not right. I don't know if that's indeed what happened. Now they're saying, Stallings saying it's 0-2.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So they did charge a strike because Alonso took too much time going back to first base.
Wow. That's absurd.
Yep. That's what.
Okay.
So hold on. My question, let's say somebody hits a ball that's a potential possibility to be like a home run or something. You have somebody from third who just runs in. There's 2 outs. He just runs in. It's a foul ball. He's already in the dugout. Now he has to come all the way out, and then, it took you too long to get to third base. So tough.
Now, you're about to see it right here. Now, this is him jogging back on the left. Look at this. He's just walking back. He's not jogging. I guess, hey, man, like what they used to say with football, like, hey, if you're not back there, there's no walking on the field. All baseball players better get ready for that. No walking on the field.
I mean, he's digging it out. He's gone past second base.
You better jog back to first base.
So this guy's got to run wind sprints on a foul ball to get back to first base?
Oh, man. Well, you know what he should do, Grumpy? He should go ahead and take the mentality of Vogelbach, Grumpy. I pulled up here. The Vogelbach. He was hot.
This guy's
Do you
embarrassing.
think it's embarrassing, Grumpy?
I saw it was embarrassing when he scored from third, but running from first to third, I think they hit the ball like 3 counties just to get him from first to third.
Vogelby or Vogie. It's what they call him. Look at this. Vogie. I'm sorry. From first to third. Look at this. X, you can already tell just by looking at this, man. He is moving. He's like a freight train.
Peak human performance.
Vogelbach. We'll see a lot more of this. You mentioned it, Keith. First to third, running for offenses.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
Do you think pitchers have to worry about throwing over to Vogelbach every once in a while? Because, hey, man, this is the year he's going to get a steal a base.
Yikes.
Everything's moving on him. Everything is moving on him.
Tuck-in shirt is a good idea for him. That's for certain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. 9 seconds to go from first to third.
No, it couldn't be. Yeah, I guess
And he
so.
did
But
pull
he
up. Okay,
kinda
he pulled
slid
up.
up. He did pull up. So probably if he was really busting it, maybe sliding it, maybe be like
Maybe
7
8.5. 8.5.
7
You
seconds.
think he was wheezing while he was running?
Oh, probably. Yes. Who doesn't love Vogelbach, though? He's an American hero. All of Vogelbach the Silverback, baby. He's an American hero. Look at him, Grumpy.
God.
He shows you that you could be any shape and size and you can play baseball.
They might bring him out
And
as a special guest on July 4th
Why is that?
for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
You think he'll get time off, or maybe it just has to be a home game. The Mets have to be playing at home on the 4th of July, and
They might have him do his circuit and his run before the game. See how many
Honest-
he can swallow.
God Almighty.
He did score on a sacrifice fly also. I think it went to the track, and it was just a little off target. In a triple relay, and he's still in this game.
You just have to watch out. Vogelbach might have to go on the IL because he eats too many hot dogs on 4th of July. That's something you got to watch out for with all these IL.
Food-related injury. Food-related injury.
A food-related injury. I'm sorry. We're going to get to some comments here.
Watch out, Joey
Just-
Chestnut.
Joey Chestnuts. His record is in jeopardy.
It's
Grumpy
Chestnut,
Anthony
not
with
Chestnuts. So happy that DeGrom got crushed today. Haha. Good luck in Texas. Dope.
hold on. You please do not tell me you're rooting against Jacob deGrom. I'm rooting for success for Jacob deGrom. He's not the one who determined to leave on us. They wouldn't offer him a contract that was anywhere near comparable to what his value was. It was all in the Mets letting him go.
I don't blame him for leaving for the money.
Neither do I. Good for him.
Oh, too bad we didn't save that comment. Kind of like Lamar Jackson in the NFL, I guess, huh? Collusion is alive and well. Collusion is alive and well in NFL front offices.
Grumpy, don't worry. We're going to get back to that. Hey, Anthony, I'll tell you this too. That guy they determined to sign instead of Jacob deGrom already on the IL. We'll talk about that. That's going to be talked about. I promise you. Anthony Rizzi said, did you guys think Ovechkin's hit on Pelech was dirty at all? My answer to that is no. We'll put that up on screen. We'll go ahead for those unaffiliated, for those fans who like the conversation, maybe that aren't part of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast family. Maybe it's going to be your first time seeing this Ovechkin hit on Pelech. Grumpy, I'll have you describe it before I pull it up. How would you describe this hit?
Good hit, clean hit. What's wrong with it? I mean, guys looking at him, he hits him. He's along the boards. No problem with the hit at all.
And now this, he did see him coming, but here it is.
Train running right at him, and Ovechkin gave him everything he had. Right.
Nothing wrong with that. He's playing the puck.
Yeah.
I think
guy
he
with
was,
the puck.
it looks like Pelech was so astounded at how good the hit was, he was left with his mouth open. Look.
That's a clean hit.
That was amazing. Look at him. He's
Oh my
speechless. He's left
I'm happy he walked this one off, obviously, for the Islanders. But hey,
jaw dropping.
this is why Ovechkin, I said as soon as it happened, this is why Ovechkin is better than Crosby, because he does things like this that Crosby never would do.
They're different type of players. They play different styles. That's a clean hit, though.
I think
It's a
so
clean
too.
hit. What's wrong with the hit? I mean, geez, Cal Clutterbuck hits guys like that.
I guess they're saying his left hand with the stick kind of got up in his face.
No, it didn't. That's a clean hit.
No, it's a clean hit too.
I don't think it was bad.
It's shoulder to shoulder, and he pushed through. It wasn't like I hit him with a cross check.
It's not like he
pushed
left
through
the
his hand.
ice and unloaded on him. It's not like he jumped at him or anything.
Yeah, that's a clean hit.
Boom, clean.
Let me tell you something. Back in the 70s and 80s, no one even knows. Well, hey, that's a hit. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Get rid of that puck quicker.
That's what it used to be. That's right. Get rid of the puck and keep your head up. Today, you're not allowed to hit anybody. Everyone gets offended. I'm surprised the benches didn't empty over a hit like
Hold on,
that.
look at Coach. When you know what I didn't notice, after watching this multiple times? Look at the coach over here. I don't know who the hell this is, but he's like, oh man, he's expecting some big impact that possibly might go his way.
I think he's worried about getting hit with the stick, is what it looks like.
Everybody's like, oh.
I'd like to keep my eyesight. I don't want to get an eye poked out in the middle of the game.
Yeah. I don't want to go on the eye.
Look at the equipment guy. Hey, what's going on there?
Yeah. I thought it was a clean hit. I'm just happy Pelech is okay. It's a clean hit. You love or hate Ovechkin. I like him. I think his legacy is because he does shit like that. He could play in any era, which makes him a truly special player.
True.
It's not like he's a prima donna. When they were holding, clutching, and grabbing and being physical out there, this guy would have been one of the best players, if not the best player on the ice. And he's also in a league to where everything is, you put a little, hey, I'm going to put my stick on your stick, and now it's a penalty. He could play in any era, and that's why I love Ovechkin, Anthony Rizzi says, opening day sucked. I remember when ESPN would carry a triple header. What the hell? Baseball has gone downhill. I used to be a huge MLB fan. Not anymore. So boring. Hockey and football for me. He's got a little bit of a different opinion there, Grumpy. Not a big fan of opening. I was actually excited for opening day this year.
Yeah, as I was. And he's right. ESPN used to show a bunch of games, but now MLB Network shows games. They're kind of spreading the wealth a little bit. So that's why they did it like that. I mean, I realize it, but I'll tell you what, the product itself, way better. Way better. The speed with what the games are over, 2 hours, 2.5 hours tops. That's like it was when I was a kid. You watch these games, you can still do something in the afternoon. Your night wasn't over. Instead of a game ended like 3.5 hours, 2.5 hours. They said that they did in exhibition season that the games were down 27 minutes per game.
Do you mind me asking, Grump, how long ago was that when you were a kid?
You trying to out Grumpy there, X?
No, it's a serious question. I'm just wondering.
It's kind of funny how you say it like that. No, I'm just wondering. That's all. Just wondering. Just curious. Grumpy. That's all. Just curious.
Well, I just remember when you were telling us that they would only broadcast one game over the radio, and that's it.
I never said they were broadcasting games over the radio.
Yeah, that's what you said. You only got to listen to one of the games over the radio.
Oh, man.
No, that was something else. They didn't have TV. They didn't have every game was on. Every game wasn't on television back in the day.
Okay. I thought you were saying that they only broadcast the athletic games over the radio. You only got to listen to them.
I never got to listen to athletic games ever.
One time, like a year or something, you got to listen to them.
They'd be on the game of the week or something like that.
Okay.
It was in the early 70s.
Okay.
Hold on. I think we're
smart ass punk.
Gracious. Okay. Frank also thought it was a dirty hit by Ovechkin. That's fine. I'm not sure, but what, Grump?
I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
You know what was a dirty hit? The Scott Mayfield hit on whoever, that cross check, that boarding call that was let go. That was a dirty hit from behind, boarded him big time. Looking at him shoulder to shoulder, he had the puck. That's not a penalty. Sorry.
Anthony says somebody needs to cross-check his head one of these days. Talking about Ovechkin. Oh, the hate on Ovechkin. Shay said, I think it was a clean hit. I think it was a clean hit. There was no charge, no boarding, no roughing, nothing. Just a hockey hit. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree. Why didn't Martin crush him at some point?
Because Martin,
Ovechkin has selected toughness that hides behind Wilson. Okay. Because here's the thing. If you were to fight Ovechkin, he dropped the gloves too and fight you right back.
He's not a fighter, but he's a physical player. Here's the thing. Matt Martin, no match for Tom Wilson.
No.
If Ross Johnston was out there, maybe you get away with that. But not with Matt Martin. Not tough enough anymore. Sorry.
Got a comment here by poor Pelech. He shouted out his back being blasted over those walls. Tommy Shredder said, "What's going on? Are they running late?" Yeah, that was
TJ time.
I was running late. Yeah, I was running late. Yeah, Frank's saying TJ's always running late. And Joseph C said TJ would be running late for his own funeral, as the joke goes.
Very true.
Shay says here, yep, 9:15 TJ time is really like 9:45 to 10.
Ouch.
Okay, these are all warranted. These are warranted right now. Yep. Frank, it's the mustache that makes me run late.
No.
He has to comb it before every show.
Yes. Hey, whatever works. Sure, that works too. Hey, if it gives me an excuse. No help tonight for the Islanders. Florida and the Penguins are both winning. The Islanders are going to finish 7th.
It doesn't matter. Islanders, they'll get the 7th spot. Those two are scrapping out for number 8. You don't even need to worry about the Islanders till playoff time. I'm interested to see how they look against Carolina, though. That's, to me, that's another one of those games that's kind of, okay, are they up to the task? I mean, they beat Toronto, a failing franchise. New Jersey, not ready yet. How do they do against Carolina? I think that's a big one. Boston, of course, we don't get to play them again. I want to see how they go against the big boys. The guys are going to play in the first round, and I want to say, 75, 80% chance it's going to be Carolina. I mean, we'd have to really collapse not to let one of these other crap suck squads below us beat the Islanders.
I agree with you there. Shay, you like your picture. It's NWO. It's Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, and I think that's Jeff McNeil on the right, but it's tough for me to see. But he said, did you guys see 2 minor leaguers are getting paid 2 times the amount that they had previously been paid? It's wonderful. They're still not making a lot, but hey, it's big improvement.
They definitely need to increase the salary. They get paid absolutely. The majority of them have to work another job.
Yep, and when the season's over, they definitely have to work another job. Absolutely.
It used to be like that in Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. Like guys in the 50s and even the early 60s had to work winter jobs to make ends meet. Yes, that agreement came across today that they're getting double salary as well as some other things as well. And it's long overdue. I agree with you, X.
Yep, there it is. Drew L says here, TJ, when's the next time Daniel Freeman's on the Islanders Never Say Die podcast? I've got another Sonic meme in store for him. Hey, I don't know when he'll be on, but sometime definitely in the offseason he'll be on. Grumpy, is there shame in Bailey's game? Says Goon.
Bailey doesn't even have game anymore. Sorry.
The only thing Bailey has is being lame.
Oh, there it is. Shay said death taxes and Mark Hanna getting hit by pitches. Oh, man. And I here's the thing. Shay's going to be like, you mispronounced his name. I'm sorry. I'm trying, Shay. Drew L said, I saw that Daniel Bard once again took inspiration from Ben Simmons. Dude is so weak-minded. He can't be a pitcher if your mind isn't strong. He needs to hang it up. Now, let's talk about some of these IL visits. Now, here's the thing. I know Daniel Bard and Luke Bard, both nice guys, really nice people. Now you look at it back during this time period, Daniel Bard, and he puts up here, it's hard to admit I've got enough going on outside of baseball to realize what's important. Now, earlier in his career, he took a 7-year gap because of the yips. And he was a guy who, remember, for the Red Sox was a reliever, pitched really well, and they tried to move him to a starting pitching role, and it didn't work well. Now, that's a kid who was a local boy in the Charlotte area there.
Yep.
Rump and X. And both
Charlotte Christian.
Yep.
Both went to Charlotte Christian.
Yep. Both a very nice family, like them. You're not going to catch me saying anything bad about him, but I don't understand it. He had such a good year last year, and it's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I drafted him in fantasy. Yeah, I was expecting big things from Daniel Bard. And lo and behold, I get a notification today as I'm at the gym where it says Daniel Bard's going to be placed on the IL because of anxiety. I was like, what? I'm like, Daniel, get out there.
Well, it's only 10 games or 10 or 15?
The last time he had this issue, he missed 7 years. So I'm hoping he's going to have a
you know what?
7 years, Daniel. I drafted you. I drafted you. Come on.
I think you should drop him.
I'm not dropping him. I'm not dropping him. Absolutely not. He'll be on my roster all year long. I'm not dropping him. No.
Okay.
So this was very odd to see. I was like, what the he didn't have a good World Baseball Classics and he struggled a bit. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You kind of think he's kind of over it, but he isn't. So, I mean, Good luck getting better.
I would say let him take his time. I mean, it's his decision.
Right.
He
Now, what was
decides
the
whether
comment?
he's gonna play or not.
So weak. I'm going to tell you what. I think you have to have a certain mentality to be successful in professional sports. I think if you're
almost an arrogance and a cockiness to yourself.
Yes, if you don't have confidence, you're not going to perform well. You're just not. I mean, where if you have supreme confidence, you can do things that people say, "Oh, he's not capable of doing that." But if you have so much confidence, it's interesting. I mean, I absolutely believe in that. I'm just saying it's difficult, not just a pitcher, any sporting event whatsoever. Once you lose confidence in yourself or have anxiety about going out there, you're defeated already. So get better, Daniel Bard.
I hope he does. He's a nice guy. He's pitched, I was about to say, last year. Okay, last year he was freaking on fire. It makes you wonder sometimes if guys weren't in their heads what they'd be able to do, because when he was killing, he had around 1.19 ERAs when he used to pitch for the Red Sox, as you know, as a relief pitcher back in that time period, and even as a setup guy and things like that. He used to, I mean, fantastic performances. And then they tried to move him to starting pitchers, ERAs around the 6s and the 9s, and he's like, hey, took 7 years off. Just kind of like, oof, you know, he comes back for the Rockies. You know, 2020 was a pretty okay year for him. 2021, not great. And last year, a 1.79 ERA and a 0.99 whip.
But you know what? Relief pitchers are kind of like that. They're kind of 1 year good, 1 year not so good. So, I mean, that's not surprising. But I didn't realize he was gone for 7 years.
It was funny. I was talking to a pal of mine. I was like, was he really gone for 7 years? And he was like, yes. And I was like, oh, he thought it was like 4. And then we wound up looking it up. And I was like, holy shit, 7 years. So
it's a lot of years.
Yeah. You know, hopefully he gets better. You know, hopefully he's ready to go out there and pitch. I'm very dependent on him for fantasy, Grumpy. Very dependent on him for fantasy this year. So
all the eggs in the Bard basket.
Hey, and what can I say? And then we got here James F saying, what's up? What's up, James? How are you? Tommy Shredder, Grumpy.
The chat was popping even before you guys came back on.
Hey, I love that. I love the enthusiasm. TJ, what if we made sure to unsubscribe and dislike the video? I would be very upset. I'd be very upset.
Actually cry.
I don't even ask people. Just tell them this is what you need to do.
There we go.
Grumpy just says,
even if you don't like it, hit the like button anyway.
Demand it.
There it is.
Demand it.
Yes. There it is. Tommy Shredder said, no mask. Yeah. We're going to see X. We're going to see him in all of his glory. Son X, since you're revealing your face now, how was witness protection? Says Drew L. How has witness protection been? I'm sorry, Son X.
Intense. Just leave it at that.
Oh, gosh. That sounds like the way he answered that. It's like he's seen a million lifetimes and you know, he's short life.
Had to make sure the safe house was still safe. A couple of close calls.
Shay said, so NFL all shows and snippets of the MLB at the end? Just playing. JK, just playing. No, it's MLB season. Cody Rhodes, says Joseph C. Your soon-to-be new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Hold on. Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes.
Is Dusty Rhodes' kid.
Is he a good wrestler?
Yeah.
It just tells you it's been a long time since I've watched anything WWE. I'm like, Cody Rhodes used to be like a kind of like auxiliary piece, I feel like.
Yeah, he left. He started AEW, and then they kind of booted him out of that. And I mean, he's a good enough wrestler. With his beginnings, you didn't think that he would amount to what he's at now, but he has to win. I mean, the way they've built him up, coming up from he's known, his nickname is the American Nightmare. His dad, of course, was Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. So he was the American Nightmare, and his brother was Dustin Rhodes, or Gold Dust, was probably his most popular character.
Really? His brother was Gold Dust. I didn't know that.
Yes. And I think that he will beat Roman Reigns this Sunday. I think that's on Sunday. Remember, WrestleMania's 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday.
I just remember the match of him where I think he broke his ribs or something, or he blew out his pec in the middle of the match recently. I think maybe it's like a couple months ago. His whole entire chest was just straight black and blue. Oh,
Ugh. Yikes.
Was that Cody Rhodes?
yeah, it was Cody Rhodes.
It had to be quite a while ago because that's not something you.
Oh, I think it was like a few. Maybe it was last year. I don't know.
Shay sent this to us. Now, Dylan Cease, I know that he is a freaking machine.
Really
I had
good
no idea.
last couple of years.
He's fantastic. I watched him pitch today at the gym. I'm like, this guy has it, and I was like, because he obviously plays for Chicago. He doesn't get a lot of, the rep around it, but he has the it. He is it. He's got it.
He's nasty. He's nasty.
Look at this. Just whoom. Just that 12 seconds to whoom. Wow.
Yep. Oof.
Yep. Dropped off the face of the earth.
That was like Dwight Gooden back in the day.
Boom.
In fact, I think Gooden was even more pronounced when he did it.
Certain.
If you look at some old Dwight Gooden stuff, you're like, holy crap. I mean, in 1984, he was tremendous. 85, 84, I think it was his first year. 85, he was unhittable. I mean,
and he obviously
talk about wasted talent with drugs. Don't do drugs, boys and girls, please.
Now, I'll let you watch this. Now, I guess because we're on the dirty or clean train, Shay sent this to us, and I think this is good to go ahead and pull up here. Now, I want to get your opinion. Dirty or clean? Oof.
Clean.
Do you think he's just trying to block the shot?
Yeah, he's just trying to, I don't think he's trying to hurt him. I think he's going for the puck, and he just missed it, and he wanted to take him. Now, if he gets the puck, actually, that's not a penalty. He got the puck.
I think so.
Yep. He deflected the puck.
His stick did, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little late, but I mean, is that Gudis?
Yeah, it's Radka Gudis.
He's got a rep, but I'll tell you what, I don't think that's a dirty play.
I don't either. I'll tell you this too. I mean, like he could have really hurt that kid from Montreal because his leg is planted as he's shooting that puck. And as you're just colliding with that knee like that, that's how you tear a knee or hurt yourself and just.
Well, it's how you hit the boards too.
Yep.
So.
I'm more worried about the on impact, but he was fine on that. So thank goodness.
Yeah, to me, not dirty.
Not dirty. I didn't think so either. It's just
I'm a little bit more
tolerant.
I'm a little bit more tolerant on stuff like that. He's trying to make a hockey play. He got to the puck. So, I mean.
Oh, shit. Drew said our stream went down. Okay. I didn't know it went down. Well, Drew, thanks for messaging us that. Hopefully it's, oh, man. I don't know. Maybe we're showing too much MLB. Oh, God almighty. All of these places. Just trying to create a show. Gungun says there was a discussion a few episodes ago concerning comedians, and one modern day laughsman who does valid work, I feel, is Sebastian Maniscalco. Am I on point, or did I let up a shorthanded goal?
Yeah, I think he's funny, and I liked him in Green Book. I thought he was funny in that role.
He's a very, as we mentioned before, he's got a lot of mannerisms that he uses there. He's very handsy, and he's
New York. He's a New York Italian. That's what
he is. A niche kind of comedy. I like it. I enjoy it myself.
He's okay. Anthony Rizzi said, heard trade rumors between the Vikings and the 49ers. Cousins for Trey Lance. No, is that true?
I don't know. I did not hear that.
This is the first time I'm hearing this, Anthony.
Let's say that is true.
Wow.
What does it say? What does it say?
I feel very confident about Trey Lance. That's for certain.
Nope. No confidence in Trey Lance. And it makes you wonder why they didn't make a play for Brady. Right?
Because they had Purdy. They believe in Purdy.
Why would you be trading for Cousins then?
Because they're going to need somebody to play because Purdy's not going to be ready for week 1.
Then why didn't they go after Brady? That's my point. You could have went after Brady.
Brady play 1 week and then sit on the bench?
No.
I wasn't seeing anything online, but send it to us if you guys see it. I wasn't seeing anything online.
If they trade for Cousins, he's starting every game.
No, he will not.
Absolutely, he will.
I do not think.
I don't think they're trading. I didn't see anything like that. I'll wait until it starts getting more and more pronounced by others that's going to happen. But I didn't see anything.
He makes like $38 million a year. You're not sitting him on the bench. He would come in and he would be the starter.
Drew L. Grumpy, I'll let you read this here.
I saw that Tampa put 24-year-old Alex Barbolet on waivers. Why isn't Lou trying to get him? He plays center and wing as well.
They should go ahead and send Holmstrom down and claim this guy. If I remember, Boulay plays pretty well. I got to pull up his numbers. I haven't kept up too much with him this year, but Boulay plays pretty well, if I recall.
Yeah. I just think they like the guys they have.
Well, hold on. He's been in the AHL. I didn't know they had to waive him. He's been in the AHL all season long, and maybe that's why I remember him. And 60 games played, he had 20 goals and 51 assists. He's 25 years old, lighting up in the AHL, but he did that 2 years in a row. But he's never good enough to crack their lineup. Verlander's injury seems like nothing, says Prince Chicken Wings. Yes, let's talk about that. Today also, one of those surprises right before game time was, hey, guys, guess what? Justin Verlander headed to the IL, the injury list. I'm like, you have got to be shitting me. Another one of these guys I freaking never draft Mets for this exact reason, but I finally did. And I said, I'll draft a New York Met. And freaking he goes on the IL week number 1. Isn't that fantastic? He's on the IL, injured with a low-grade teres major strain.
But they don't expect him. They don't expect him to be out long term.
But this is what I mean with pitchers who are 38, 39 years old. What happens, right?
Or 41.
Or 40. Is he 41 years old?
I believe, or 40, 41, something like that.
Yeah, he's up there. He's been pitching for a really long time.
I don't know.
It's funny that I remember when he used to be, I remember when I was like, oh man, he's getting up there kind of an age when he was pitching for the freaking Detroit
Tigers.
Yeah, he's 40 years old. He just turned 40.
I remember he was a cover athlete. I think it was on like MLB 2K, like 10 or something crazy like that. Yeah.
He won the Cy. Did he also? He won the Cy Young. He won many Cy Youngs. But did he also win? He won Most Valuable Player too. 1 year, if I recall.
No.
I don't know. He didn't.
No.
I'm calling you out on this one, Grumpy. I'm pretty sure he won Most Valuable Player 1 year.
Okay, call me out on it.
MVP. Yes, he did win MVP. Don't you freaking worry, because I remember he did it all the time at the game. In 2011, he won the Cy Young and MVP.
There we go.
Give me my apologies, Grumpy.
Down goes Grumpy. Down goes Grumpy.
I want to recount.
All righty, we're going to be recounting the 2011 MLB MVP votes.
Grumpy retracted his previous statement.
Well, you did a blow-by on that previous comment. Do you want to talk about it?
I didn't even read that one. I'm sorry. I put it up on screen. Joseph C. said Ohtani's going to be getting $500 million plus. I think it comes down to the Mets and the Dodgers. I just pray it's the Mets, but it might be one of those things where Ohtani's more comfortable on the West Coast. It is closer to home to him. It's a lot closer to home to him there. I will tell you this. The rumors are it's the Dodgers, right? He's asking for, I heard it was $600 million plus.
He'll get it.
It was 600.
He'll get it.
He's the best player in baseball.
By a country mile. It's not even close.
And the hottest player in baseball. Like everybody, all his merchandise, all that stuff sells through the roof.
Well, because he's fantastic. Here's the thing. If he stays healthy, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I'm saying it, Grump. First ballot.
All I'm going to say is that he has universal appeal.
Yes.
That's what he has in other markets, emerging baseball markets. Japan, I know, is not. They've been playing a long time, but still, think about the cash cow that he is. And if he spoke, I mean, he can speak English.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't. So obviously, everything.
He doesn't.
But he can. Yeah.
He doesn't, but he can. And if he ever let himself out there like that, I think he'd be even a bigger star than he is now.
Yeah, I think he is special. He's something that we'll never see again. At least in my, I don't feel like we'll ever see a guy who can pitch and bat at as high of a level as Shohei Ohtani. He's got to be one of the best that's ever done it like this, right? Or maybe the best.
I think he is actually going to be even better than Babe Ruth.
He'll never be as good as Babe Ruth.
How many World Baseball Classics does Babe Ruth have, Grumpy?
I agree, Grumpy. Now I'm sold. Shohei Ohtani better than Babe Ruth, confirmed.
No, I think he'll be one of the comparable players style-wise, and the fact that he pitches and hits to Babe Ruth.
so hard to do.
He won't be as good as Babe Ruth, but I'm just saying
He was a much better pitcher than Babe Ruth was.
No, he was not a better pitcher than Babe Ruth.
Oh my God! Please stop.
Game's a lot different now. Game's a lot different now than it was back then.
Please stop.
Look up Babe Ruth's pitching stats.
Game's a lot different now than it was back then. I will just say that.
Yeah, Babe Ruth was Babe Ruth. The fact that we're talking about Babe Ruth 100 years from when he played, think about that.
It's
When
like
he was
saying
with the Red Sox.
Glenn Hall was a better goalie than Dominic Hasek. Please stop. It's like saying that shit.
Nobody
game's
knows
changed.
who Glenn Hall or Dominic Hasek are in the Twitter sphere, but everyone knows Babe
Dominic
Ruth.
Hasek is.
Everybody knows who Shohei Ohtani is too, Grump.
That's right. He's well, I don't know about everybody, but he is tremendously popular, and the media machine is behind him. MLB is behind him, and there's the only places he can go is going to be the Dodgers in Los Angeles. I mean, just what? How far is it from where he plays now? Or why not the Yankees?
I'm trying
Put the best player on the best franchise all time.
Oh, come on, Grumps.
They are the best franchise all
The
time.
Yankees are the best Major League Baseball franchise of all time. There's no denying it.
It's the New York Mets, Grumpy. Come on.
Mets have a lot of World Series, you're right.
One. Two. Actually, two. I'm sorry. Two.
Let's look here.
It's so funny. I remember when the Mets won in 1969, and then they won in 86, and it seemed like it was like a lifetime ago. But you think about it, from 86 to now was like twice as long. I remember them winning in 69, and I remember, of course, 86.
I'm looking at Babe Ruth really quickly, his pitching stats. A 2.34 ERA throughout his career, 502 strikeouts across. He had 1,200 innings pitched and only had 500 strikeouts. The game just has changed a lot.
It has.
And a 1.16 whip. Hold on. He had a 1.16 whip, but only a 2.34 ERA. Yeah. He won a lot of those games he pitched too.
He was really good.
He had hold on. Babe Ruth had started 147 games in his career. Do you want to take a guess how many complete games he threw? Just take a guess.
100.
He threw 100. He had 147 starts, and you think he had 100 complete games?
50.
I don't know. I'm just throwing something ridiculous out there.
Well, X, you were close. I was just trying to throw you off the scent. 107 complete games and 147 starts. The game was just different, man. The game was different.
It was. It's a lot.
Pitchers were better.
Oh,
they were better. They could throw. Guys threw 300 innings.
Dude.
Back
Well,
in the
because
day.
they were only throwing the ball 80 miles an hour.
And they were getting guys out. It wasn't. It's not
the ball 80 miles an hour, dude.
Again, it's not throwing. It's pitching. There's a difference.
And you're right. It's a lot more difficult to hit 100 than it is to hit an 80-mile-an-hour fastball. Throw an 80-mile-an-hour meatball over the middle of the plate and see what happens in today's game.
But see, that's it. Pitching is
forever.
Spots, hitting spots. Greg Maddux didn't throw the ball, but what, 91, 92? But he could hit a spot. In, out. It's pitching. I'll take a guy who throws the ball 90.
I will say, yes, location is very important. But when you can spot up and throw the ball 100 miles an hour, nobody's hitting you. No one.
Yeah. I think he will get, though, to answer the question before we get too much off topic. I think he'll get a $600 million contract. He's fantastic. I think for baseball, I think it's better for him to be on the West Coast than it is to be for the Mets. I think it's better for him to be on the Dodgers than with the Mets.
I don't know. I think it's better to have him on the East Coast, and then they get that media. Dodgers play half of their game, more than half their games, 10 o'clock at night. It's not like you're going to be putting those TV viewership. I think Major League Baseball would love to have him on. Well, yeah. I'm not going to say the Mets, but certainly the Yankees.
I think the amount of fans who travel from Japan to see him play alone is a lot more than you expect. And I think that trip is a lot less to go to LA than it is to go to New York. A lot less travel time. I mean, I think it's a lot more feasible. It's not, I wonder how far a flight is from LA to Japan.
I don't know.
I'll say if you're flying from Japan to the States anyway, it's probably going to be around the same price, whether you're flying West Coast or East Coast, I would assume.
From Japan to LA, it's still like an 11-hour flight. Could you imagine how far of a flight, how long of a flight that is to New York?
14 hours. Probably have to have a layover.
I'm sure. But Prince Chicken Wing says it's refreshing getting to know what is wrong with players as opposed to week-to-week lower body injury. Yes, it is nice to at least know in baseball where it's like, hey, the guy's going to be out. He tore his ACL. He's going to be out with this. Not like he's a little banged up, and we can't go ahead and disclose any more information besides that.
I mean, that's the thing about the NHL. Everything is lower body, upper body. They never give you any information.
Shay Grumpy says that Pirates player who sung the national anthem that one time was better.
Okay.
I didn't know a Pirates player sung the national anthem. No. Shohei Ohtani is not worth a $500 million contract. This shit's getting crazy now.
I disagree. Okay. No one is worth that kind of money, right? But, just take it in perspective what other guys are getting paid. He's worth every penny of that. Just think about how much money they make in marketing him, selling Ohtani jerseys, Ohtani hats, whatever, all that stuff. He's huge. He's absolutely huge. And, it reminds me of the time when Babe Ruth was going for $100,000 a year. And somebody said, oh, do you think you deserve to make more money than the president? And he's like, and he said, yeah, I had a better year than he did. I mean, I think that was when Herbert Hoover was the president, before the collapse, the stock market collapse. And it's just like, I mean, that's what made him, he was so approachable and he was affable. That's what made him even more appealing. That's what I'm saying. If Shohei Ohtani could put some of his personal side out there, they said the same thing about Ichiro Suzuki. He knew English very fluent, but he never spoke English. Where if these guys put themselves out there a little bit, I think that'd be even more popular.
Do you think it's more of a cultural thing as to why they
maybe
decide and determine to not speak English?
I don't think they're glory hogs like most Americans are.
Sure. Gungun says TJ was correct. Talking about dirty Louis C.K. Roseanne Barr, who told the Daily Beast in an interview that she had heard stories of Louis C.K. locking the door and masturbating in front of women comics and writers. Yeah, I knew he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't be doing stuff like that.
Not anymore. Used to be.
You shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Period.
No, you said you can't be doing that. You used to be able to do that. You can't anymore, but you used to be able to do that.
Stop. One of the comics have been like, yeah, I used to go ahead and wink it in front of other ladies, but now that this PC culture is coming around, you can masturbate in front of others. No, that never happened. At least they don't want to think it did.
All I'm saying is that things were different 30, 40 years ago. They just were. You hear the things that, now are offensive to everyone. That was just everyday stuff back then. That's what I keep on telling you. You can't retroactively enforce things that are the norms today for something that happened 30, 40 years. Can't do it.
I'm not sure that was a norm. I think maybe
I didn't say it was a norm, and I didn't hear. I heard he just whipped it out. I didn't hear that he was.
Let's continue though. Frank says here. Great day for both my Mets and Yankees. They both won. Judge. Hey, get used to that name, Grumpy. And Volpe at shortstop there.
I'm surprised. Now, they walked Volpe his first at bat, and I was stunned that they were nibbling at the corners on him. He's a rookie. Make him show he can hit big league pitching.
Exactly. I agree. Drew L said, I watched Yankees game today. The pitch clock rule was the greatest thing to add to baseball. There's a stat that thanks to pitching clock being implemented, games are as fast as back in 2005.
Yep. I would say like in the 70s and 80s. Like I said, to me, that's what killed baseball. That's just the length of the games. It's just, all that stuff, strikeout, home run. I'm not necessarily a fan of the shift being taken away because I think players should adjust.
Yes.
But this pitch clock is phenomenal.
Oh man, Grumpy. Next comment here.
What's next? $1 billion contract? Stop the madness. It will happen.
I'll say, as you see more and more money getting pumped into sports, and them having more and more revenue, it's going to eventually reach that. It definitely will.
Because these owners are making billions of dollars where it's like, hey, why are the people who are earning you this money not also getting some? Got a comment here from Joseph C saying baseball makes $11 billion in revenue. They can afford to pay the best talent whatever they want. Absolutely. Sing it straight and tell that to Fergie. Oh, there it is. There it is. Shay says he's from Georgia, talking about
Adam Wainwright. Yeah, you could tell he's from down south.
Frank said classy kid Volpe is. He asked for number 11 from retired Brett Gardner. It's impressive.
I'm not saying he's not classy, but I'm not saying he is either. Little early to be anointing someone. He's a rookie. I mean, guys do that stuff all the time.
Agreed, Grumpy Old Man. Don't change the national anthem. Gungun said, TJ, speaking of Roseanne Barr, I dare you to pull up. Oh, my God, when she sang the national anthem in 1990. That is an example of a freaking desecration of the national anthem. I'm like, what a freaking – it was – I know she was trying to do it to be funny, but I'm like, no.
It's the national anthem. It's not open for interpretation. She grabbed her crotch and spit like a baseball thing, and she just screamed the words out. It was embarrassing. Embarrassing
to say the least. And I'd like to think that she probably, in retrospect, feels like some sort of remorse about that, but who the hell knows these days? This is Roseanne Barr. Yeah, 1990.
We don't need to hear it. I don't know if she regrets it or not. That's all I care about. I don't want to hear it, honestly.
You don't want to hear this one, Grumpy?
No, I've already heard it. I've heard it 100 times.
Have you really?
Not interested.
Make it 101.
Has everybody in the comments section heard this one before? Hold on, they're not going to show us the video. Oh, they are. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, it's not good. Let's see here.
Whose breath drives and rides
Get booed.
As she's laughing as she's getting booed.
She should be getting booed.
And she's getting booed. Now, here's the thing. Times are different. Probably now that's so cool. But back then you got booed. I remember my dad told me one time Jose Feliciano sang the national anthem before St. Louis Cardinals and Detroit Tigers game. And he was, going, all that stuff, which today would be nothing, honestly. But they blew out the switchboards in New York to NBC saying how much they hated something like that. It just shows how things have changed, and not necessarily for the best either, to be honest with you, over the decades.
Christopher C says, I hate the pitching clock rule. It's kind of growing on me a bit. Okay. Unpopular opinion, says Drew L. Unless there is a celebrity or a surprise like Adam Wainwright singing, no need to have somebody sing the national anthem every game. Just play the damn audio and call it quits.
Well, they do that in some places. Yeah. But I think it's a big deal for a lot of people come out to sing. They have they do things before the season.
Aspiring artists and stuff like that.
Stars,
like, I won the singing championship, the middle school singing championship. Let's go ahead and take them out. And hey, mean something to them.
They have people before the season come out and audition to sing the national anthem.
I didn't know that.
Yep. That's what they do. And you're singing on such and such a day. I have no problem with it all.
Frank says, I love that they got rid of the shift. Shouldn't have allowed it.
I disagree 100% on that.
I do too. I mean, if they're sliding everybody over the left or right, man, hit the opposite way. Prince Chicken Wing says the pitch clock is good, but it should be shut off for the ninth inning and extras.
There will come a time where Game 7 of a World Series is decided on a guy not getting in the box quick enough and striking out.
Yeah.
Or guy not throwing pitch enough with the bases loaded and walking in a run on a pitch clock violation. And that'll cause an uproar.
Oh, absolutely.
People will be really unhappy about that. But for right now, I think it's fine.
Do you think they change it for postseason as opposed to regular season?
No way. No way. No.
Yeah, our stream was acting up there earlier is what I had. Yeah, so I'm glad it seems to be better now. Joseph C says here, anything that brings stolen bases back in the game, I'm a fan of.
But see, the game is played differently than it was back then. You used to play more small ball, get a guy on first, fast guys at the top of the order, steal second, base hit, score him. Excuse me. Where now everything is home run or nothing. So they don't care. Getting thrown out at second, according to the analytics geeks, is a lot worse than just standing on first base and having a guy swinging for a home run. Now, maybe you're going to see it swing back the other way. I like small ball hitting in certain situations, not where it's like walk, strikeout, home run. But if you're looking at today's games, the pitchers are way ahead of the hitters, particularly with strikeouts, way up.
Shay said, guys, what are your thoughts on Pete Alonso's outfit today? For those unfamiliar, this is what Alonso's outfit looked like.
What in the hell even is that?
It looks like a whole bunch of weird looking eyeballs on pants. You know what? When I see stuff like this, I'm like, what's the point? Is it like to be like, oh, look at me? Oh man, this could be crazy.
All eyes on him. That's what it is. Look at
That's
that.
exactly what it
Bag. Nice bag, Patrice.
What do you mean, like Patrice O'Neal?
It's like a girl. Got a bag.
I'm not a fan of the outfit.
No. Looks like
I don't know. It's honestly, it's like
what's with the belt? What's you know what it looks like? It looks like pajama. It looks like pajama pants with a belt.
He looks like he went so hard to be unique on his pants, but then his shirt is just like a normal.
It looks like a kindergartner who dressed themselves. Is honestly what it looks like.
That freaking pair of pants does look like some artwork that a kindergartner would do. Like, here you go, draw some eyeballs.
Long sleeve, just plain shirt, huge like Texas belt buckle.
Yeah.
Cowboy boots, some pajama pants. I don't know. It's just thrown together.
And here's the thing, you know, that bag that he has looks expensive. I assume that's an expensive.
It's his makeup case.
Oh,
I guarantee it's an expensive bag.
It looks expensive.
He keeps his steroids in there.
Oh, Andrew L said Tristan Jarry got a shutout. I think he deserves a pizza party.
I cannot believe it. Who is he playing against?
He sucks. I don't even know.
Whatever team that played against him today should have their charter revoked.
The Nashville Predators. Barry Trotz's new team. Is that a shock? They're taking up some Barry Trotz.
Nashville just beat Boston, and they get shut out against Pittsburgh.
Yikes. Prince Chicken Wing said they don't pay enough for somebody to get, they don't pay enough to get somebody to get 130 stolen bases in a year.
Yeah, there's a lot of platoons. And here's the thing, the base runner is just better. Ricky Henderson, Lou Brock, Vince Coleman. I mean, back in the day, stealing bases meant something.
People that also didn't throw as fast. A lot easier to steal bases when
the catchers throwing down nowadays is. I mean, I'll say when Ricky Henderson played, they could still throw down really fast, but
okay, they did not throw the ball as fast as pitchers and catchers as they do today. Even when Ricky Henderson was running a base pass.
Base running was better back in the day. Everyone knew how to run the bases. Half these guys don't know how to run the bases today.
Vogelbach knows how to run the freaking bases, and he hasn't stolen a base ever in his MLB career. We just saw him run the bases. He went from first to third.
He went first to third on a ball that was hit out of the ballpark.
On a Texas blooper. He went from first to third.
And he had to stop to get oxygen.
Did they have to re-drag the field after he walked around?
Absolutely.
Causing crater-sized divots.
Re-drag it. And they would have had. That's why he got that extra strike McNeil did at the plate, because they had to re-drag the field.
That was it. It's like the moon.
Time wasting.
You ever see the moon, like where the asteroids hit the moon? That's what it kind of looks like.
Craters.
Good gracious. James F said I'm sorry, at least Wainwright didn't sing like Carl Lewis at the Nets game. TJ, do you have a video of that? We can't go through all these.
Carl Lewis tried to be a singer. He just wasn't a good singer, but he didn't try to make. He was just a poor singer. It'd be like me singing the national anthem, or like TJ singing the national anthem.
10,000 grumpy national anthem.
What's the over and under, and how many words TJ would get wrong if he sang the national anthem?
Oh, stop.
15, 20?
20.
No, 20. Stop. I don't know. I'll pull it up really quickly. It's less than a minute. Goon said the Panthers have finally leapfrogged the Penguins. I'm telling you, the Penguins I don't think are making the postseason.
Well, but then the Penguins won later, so doesn't that mean that the Penguins. I don't know. Who even cares? You know what? They're going to be gone in 4 games. Don't matter.
Okay, here it is. A Carl Lewis. My God, this is an old one here.
Our national anthem.
All right, are we all ready? Here we go.
Maybe you got the song.
Oh, say, can you see? And the Rockets, red flag.
Oh God.
Can't sing.
Go for it now.
Somebody strangling a chicken.
And the free.
Not good.
He's laughing at him.
Charlie Steiner. That was the best part. You should have let it play out. Charlie
Oh,
Steiner.
hold on. I still have it pulled up. Hold on. I'll let you watch
Oh,
it.
my God.
That's the best part. Well, they weren't afraid to laugh at guys making fools of themselves.
Could you imagine ESPN laughing at something like that today?
Why
They
did we
probably would've been
stop
like,
it?
he
Can
was
we
so
not
great.
listen to them laughing? I mean, why do you keep pausing it?
Written by Francis Scott off key. Those were last night's lowlights. They're last night's highlights.
Oh, my
There's
God.
last night's lowlights now.
Highlight
Tonight's
written by
highlights.
Francis Scott off key. I thought that was great. Now, what if you did that today? First of all, you'd probably get fired because it's like,
Yes.
he hurt my feelings. I just did my best. I don't care. When you screw up that bad, you should get called out for it. I'm
When
sorry.
you publicly put yourself out there and it's the same thing like with American Idol. Remember, now they don't do that nowadays, but the people who really suck, they used to put them on there and they
Yeah.
used to laugh at them. If you want to publicly embarrass yourself, be prepared.
I have no problem with that at all. I mean, when was the last time anyone watched American Idol? Probably not since they said, hey, we don't want to put those people out there to have people laugh at them. Tough shit.
Simon Cowell was the best at that. Ugh.
Think about that show in its peak when they used to make fun of those people, and they would the producers would go and lie to them. Oh man, you sound great. Oh my, you know what? You're right now, right? What the official or what the what do they call them? Or not the guests, but the judges. What the judges are looking for, that you really need to stand out, right? You need to be a little bit more over the top. Otherwise, the judges are going to forget you with everybody else. To see thousands of people a day, you need to be a little bit more eccentric. And they come in there and they do some of the craziest shit, and that made for some of the best TV.
Well, it's the best. The best comments were always like, Who told you to come out and sing today? Oh yeah, my singing coach did, and they're like, you need to ask for a refund. Always.
Great. That's great
Like,
stuff.
no.
That's great. How about here's the thing? Don't tell me these people didn't know that they sucked.
You have to have a little bit of
They know.
self-awareness.
Yeah, they know when they're practicing in front of the mirror. They go, you know what? I suck.
I love when like they were so bad and like they're just jealous. That's what it was. They're
Yes,
jealous.
always. They're
That
just
was
jealous
the
because they're
best.
washed up and they can't do it anymore, and I can. That's what it
Yeah,
always
it's
is.
great. That was so great. Those reactions were great. I was fantastic. They ruined the show by making it PC, just like everything's been ruled by political correctness.
Oh, we're bringing on Blake Shelton, and we're bringing on all these people to be like so nice to everybody. No, it was so great when they were so mean to the really bad ones, and the people who were good, they highlighted those too. It's the greatest, the best, and the worst. I don't need to see a whole bunch of sad sap stories, and I don't care about that. I want to get, I laugh at you and say, oh, I'm amazed. At the same time, I'm entertained both by how bad and how great it was.
That's right.
It was in the peak of TV. D-Cut says, good evening, everybody. What's up, D-Cut? Andrell said, and another name incorrectly pronounced. It's Devers. Okay. Or Devers. That's right. Not Devers.
Rafael Devers.
I always mispronounce his
I
name.
just let you mess it up. I knew you were doing it wrong.
Joel said, I made a pronunciation to my friend that the
A prediction.
Orioles-
A prediction. Not a pronunciation. That's what you can't do.
Grump,
A
he is pronouncing on the mind.
I do have pronouncing on the road. I made a prediction to my friend that the Orioles would be a wild card team this year. I hope I'm not wrong.
Their pitching isn't good enough.
Adley Rushman, first pitch, home run.
First swing of the bat.
Yep.
I will tell you this. I think they'll be better this year. Maybe, or let me ask you this. Do we finally see the Orioles become a player and a real team? Are they finally going to turn the page?
Pitching's not good enough. Pitching's not good enough. Got to get better pitching. I think their lineup is okay. I think they're better. Certainly they can produce with the bat, but I just don't think their pitching is good enough. And it's too bad because back when I was younger, they always had great pitching. They were really great teams in the 70s, really good.
Shay says here he's got to be alert to the pitcher by 8 or 7 seconds. So yes, he's got to be like set pretty much 8 or 7 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. See, I thought it was just like, I mean, he's in the box. It's like, I mean, it's the same thing if a pitcher decided to quick pitch and the guy's in the box. It's like, well, you're in the box. Whether you're set or not doesn't matter. You're in the box.
Oh my gosh. Shay said, TJ, what the hell did you just call him? I've never heard of Devers before. What is this shit? It's pronounced Devers. You know, you cover a million different sports. You're bound to mess up and F up a name every once in a while.
Tomato.
I do a good job of messing. I don't just mess up one sports.
You think you would
mess up sports names across the entire lexicon of sports?
He's batting 1,000.
Basketball doesn't matter.
Don't you think that you would stumble around to a correct pronunciation at some point in time, though?
Every once in a while, I do. Every once in a while. It's not often, but every once in a while, I do. Gungun says Justin Verlander has experienced some discomfort. Ugh.
I just don't know. They say it's not serious, but I hate when it says a teres major muscle. I'm like, okay, anything that says major is not.
I kind of Anthony Rizzi says, curious to see how the NFL comes out of this Lamar Jackson situation. I totally get why teams won't trade or try to sign him. There's no way would I give him a contract that's 100% guaranteed. Now, he did come out and said it's not, he doesn't want a 100% guaranteed contract. I'll pop it up what he says and claims. And, you know, I'll let you be the judge of it, Grumpy, but I'll let you talk about what your opinion is on the Lamar Jackson.
Well, I sent you an article from Jim Irsay, and I want you to put up his quote because it tells you everything you need to know about the NFL and what I said last week, that they will never get guys guaranteed contracts. They blackballed the guy from Cleveland. And here's the thing, Cousins also got a guaranteed contract. They do not want that.
I'll let you read that, Grumpy, there as I'm pulling up. I want to pull up Jim Irsay because I don't have that.
Lamar Jackson isn't demanding a fully guaranteed contract, just wants the guaranteed portion to be larger than Deshaun Watson.
Watson, he's getting like 40-something guaranteed a year.
I don't think it's that much. I don't think he's making that much. I think it's 42, something like that. So, you know, he just wants more guaranteed than Deshaun Watson. And can you honestly say that if Deshaun Watson gets that Lamar Jackson doesn't deserve more than Deshaun Watson?
I think Deshaun Watson's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. I know, hot take.
I think you're wrong. Better get massages, yes, but
what was that?
What'd you say?
Speaking at the same time.
Better at getting massages, yes, but other than that, no.
No, exactly, X.
Okay. Well, Grumpy, score updates, Grumpy. What scores? Around the league. Give us the scores around the league, Grumpy, because I got to pull
I thought you were going to post up the comment from Irsay about not wanting the guaranteed contracts.
Here it is, Grump, right here.
Okay, scroll down.
Hold on, it's right there.
Okay, you have to go further down to see what he actually said. He says Irsay also indicated the draft pick compensation that the Colts would give the Ravens might be too much. Everyone's saying that. This guy is a freaking league MVP. He's a league MVP. He's a unicorn out there. They don't want to give him guaranteed money. That's the bottom line. Scroll down.
Hold on. Are you missing the big red letters? Are you able to see that? Am I going
scroll down so I can read his whole statement? He has a whole statement in there.
These are his statements. The money's not the problem. I don't believe in fully guaranteed contracts.
He explains why he doesn't feel fully guaranteed contracts are a good thing.
This is not from ESPN, Grumpy. This is just a different one here, okay? I'm just trying to pull up the tweet. Okay, remember, as an owner, I don't believe in fully guaranteed contracts. I think that percentage is I think that a percentage is one thing, but from what I've seen in the NBA and baseball, I don't see it as positive, or I don't see it as a positive competitively.
What does that tell you? What does it tell you?
What do you mean?
Owners, this is the line in the sand that they're going to draw. They don't want to give them guaranteed contracts Absolutely not, because the injury rate is too much and they don't want to pay him real freaking money. We'll pay you if you're on the field. We'll give you that. But if you're injured, we're not going to give you jack squat.
Essentially,
That's
if they're
what
not
it
making them money, they don't want to pay them.
That's it, period. And that's the line in the sand. This is collusion against Lamar Jackson. Absolutely it is. The Giants gave Daniel freaking Jones $40 million a year for 4 years. Who would you rather have as the quarterback? Anyone?
We're back on this shit again.
Neither. I'm saying
Neither. Can we say neither? Neither quarterback.
This kid doesn't even get a sniff for a quarterback-driven league. He doesn't even get a sniff. Stop. The New England Patriots, no, we don't want to give up the draft comp. 2 first-round picks is too much draft compensation? Look what the hell the Carolina Panthers just traded to move up and pick an unproven quarterback with the first pick of the draft because they don't have to pay him. They don't want to give them money. That's what it comes down to, is the money. How many times have we said on the show, all the NFL gives a shit about is how much money they get. They don't care about black guys, white guys, pink guys. They don't care about breast cancer awareness. They don't care about Black Lives Matter. All they care about is lining their pockets. That's all they care about. Nothing else manages to those guys. Nothing. And we're going to talk about Roger Goodell, that freaking clown show, I'm sure, later in this podcast, and his ridiculous comments.
Okay. Anthony Rizzi said, especially when you're talking about a contract north of $250 million, I thought the owner of the Falcons stated it well. Hey, Grumpy, they're not going to give. Okay, the guy is banged up. The guy's been injured the last few years.
They don't want to give him guaranteed money. Period. That's it. They don't want to give him guaranteed money.
They do, just not as much as he wants.
They don't want to give him
guaranteed money, but he won't accept anything. I want more than Deshaun Watson's guaranteed money.
He's a better player than Deshaun Watson.
He's not a better player than Deshaun Watson. You are wrong.
He is a better player than Deshaun Watson.
Just
Absolutely
wait.
Is.
Just wait. Deshaun Watson. Okay, stop right now. Full stop. He's not a better player than Deshaun Watson.
He does stuff on a shitty Baltimore team
with no weapons.
My God. Okay, think about that. The precise nature of Lamar Jackson as a man is not known, but the fully guaranteed 5-year, 230. So he wants more than $230 million of guaranteed money. He ain't that good. He's not that good.
That's the market. That's the market. Everyone who comes up, when Daniel Jones makes $40 million a year, stop. He's like what, the 20th best quarterback in the league? And I'm being generous. And he gets $40 million per? Stop.
Not all of his money's guaranteed.
If he makes $40 million, Lamar Jackson's worth $50 million a year. He's that much better. There is no comparison between those two players. Stop. Full stop.
Oh, man. Jackson T says, guys, upload the Never Say Die stream to Spotify. What was I supposed to do in school today? I uploaded it midway through the day. I fell asleep last night, Jackson. I apologize. I fell asleep.
He wants his true education. Never Say Die podcast.
There it is. I fell asleep, Jackson. I fell asleep last night, but it's uploaded. I'm sorry. Tomorrow, you got a gift on Friday. You've got the Islanders Never Say Die podcast to listen to. So not only are you going to be flying high because it's Friday, hopefully you got nothing going on, no tests, nothing crazy, but you're going to also have the Islanders Never Say Die podcast on Friday. There it is. Gungun says, who was more in touch with their feelings, John Rambo or Kent Dorfman?
Okay.
DJ, do you know who these two brave men were? John Rambo, that was Rambo. That was Sylvester Stallone.
John Rambo was Rambo. Okay.
That's correct. That's Sylvester Stallone. I don't know who Kent Dorfman is.
Nick, sorry, X, do you know who?
Ruffy cannot fucking help himself. He cannot fucking help himself sometimes.
Okay.
You're going to say it, and then I'm going to remember who it was. I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
He was in Animal House. He was Dorfman.
Okay.
Okay.
What, Dorfman, what kind of man strikes a defenseless animal?
Oh, good gracious. Joseph C said that terrible pitch call was what brought us, or what was brought to us by Laz Diaz, the third worst umpire in the sport, only behind Angel Hernandez and CB Buckner. Yeah,
CB
Angel
Buckner.
Hernandez blows.
Is that Citizen Band Buckner?
There it is. I don't know who that is. CB Buckner.
Cornerback Buckner.
Cornerback Buckner.
Shay said, I made a post on my Instagram about Parada and Tidwell starting in Brooklyn. and some players' parents commented their sons are starting there too. Oh, there it is. I'm telling you, Shay's connected. He's connected.
There's a hookup.
Let me ask you this, Shay. If I send you a baseball, can you get it signed by Mike Piazza? And you could go ahead and say, Piazza, I want you to do a video cameo and say, TJ, I'm sorry I didn't sign this ball for you when you were 6 years old because you yelled Piazza. And your brother was you yelled Piazza, and I walked away, but I give you an apology, a video apology.
No, you need to have her put an inscription on there. Piazza.
Yes.
On there.
He needs to go, I want him to write Piazza with many A's on it and then sign his name.
Exclamation points on the back?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. That, Shay, I know you're connected.
And you were older than 6.
How old was I? 7? No, bullshit.
You were probably 8.
He was 25.
8. Okay, 6 and 8. They're still young. It's a young child. Stop. Oh. Anyway, Frank says, I'm so sick. I'm sick to D-cut. Not sure the video stayed up. Maybe he's just feeling sick. You too, bro. Okay. Something these millennials and Gen Zs know nothing about. Playing hurt. Oh God. Currently playing COD Zombies whilst commenting. The ultimate multitasker. Hey, that's talent. That's talent.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Sounds something stupid.
Call of
John
Duty.
McManaman said, good evening, boys. Landon says hi. Just got off the ice. What's up, Landon? How are you, man?
Landon Wilson.
There it is. There it is. James F says, guys, I was told on NHL channel that coach of the Lightning, John Cooper, was coaching for his 10th season and has never lost 5 in a row. 5 games in a row. That's impressive if that's the case.
That's very impressive.
Never been on a real losing streak. That is, I'll tell you, that is really impressive. I had a rough first day today.
I think he's talking about fantasy-wise.
Oh, I was about to say a rough first day. I'm like, oh, did you have a change of jobs? What's going on there, John? But rough first day. Trust me, we all do there on the fantasy. Some days you have your team hits 3 for 26, and you're like, screw me, kill me. Gungun says Odell possibly to the Jets. This is shaping up to be a typical Jet or disastrous Jets bomb of the season that everyone can see coming, except for Witless Woody.
Okay. I disagree. I think that they need to get Aaron Rodgers. That's the key to their whole offseason.
Did DeAndre Hopkins sign anywhere? Because I know, or
he's not a free agent. He wants to be traded.
He wants to be traded. He hasn't been traded anywhere.
But people are leery of trading for him because he might want to renegotiate his contract. It's about the money. It's always about the money. When they tell you it's not about the money, it's about the money. It's always about the money. George Young, former GM of the New York Football Giants, used to say that, yes, it's always about the money. When the players tell you it's not about the money, it's about the money. It's always about the money.
Joseph C says here, Vogelbach scored on a relatively shallow sacrifice fly that inning too. He is the Flash, Grumpy. He's Flash. Look at him.
380 feet to center.
Frank says here, cue the Austin Powers saying, fat bastard. Kind of, yeah. There it is, Vogelbach. Oh, my goodness gracious. Give him hell, guys and gals. Cobra Kai, no mercy.
Absolutely.
Oh, there it is. John McManaman said, will the Mets trade for a better designated hitter at the trade deadline, Grump?
I think they'll trade for someone, and they can make anybody a DH. Doesn't matter. They need a power bat. They need a power bat.
There it is. Joseph C. I forgot. The MLB is kind of a little restrictive, too. Oh, crap.
And you were running those things like on a loop.
Effort, damn it! Maybe the MLB is not as bad, but they do take your stream down live. I don't know if they block it in countries. I don't think they block it in countries, but I remember in the past
they have to reboot another one up. Then
can I ask you a question? How many of our viewers are not in this country?
No, they don't. No, they. Many viewers, Grumpy, are out of this country.
Okay,
many viewers. We got a lot of viewers in Canada. We got a lot of viewers
about Shohei Ohtani. So all the Shohei Ohtani fans have been tuning in.
I was about to say all these Japanese fans, Grumpy. That's why we've been getting sometimes hundreds of millions of views on some of these videos, is because Shohei Ohtani fans are flooding the viewership, Grump. Okay, that's just how it works. WTF, TJ. Yep. Oh my God. Yeah, I guess it went down. I screwed up.
Oops. Bye, TJ.
Yeah, I see some of those. Yeah, I see that. A video zapped me of my appetite. Oh, God. Well, this is entertaining. Oh shit. I wonder how much of that was missed when we were going on and what was being missed because streams down. Extremely entertaining. Oh God. YouTube copyright bot got us. Yeah, I guess so. Paulo C said you can't penalize a hitter to give him a strike because the runner's on base. It takes too long to get back, to his base. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't
I agree.
Yeah, the MLB. Another podcast. Oh God. Policy violations. Oh shit. I hope that we weren't down too long. I had pulled up the stream late, but now I'm watching the stream, so I'm trying to make sure we're staying on top. D-Cut says, I like the pace of these baseball games.
Yeah.
I hate YouTube. I remember back in the day, nothing was copyright. Now back in the good old days, Drew said, yeah. What the Mets clip? Oh, that was of the long story short, Pete Alonso. If the stream cut out that time period, he was kind of walking back to first base and they didn't like him walking back. So he had to run. Oh God. Yes, I was not aware. My mistake. Thank you guys though for letting us know. Hey, I got a task for you guys. X or Grumpy, your job is to watch the comments because if something like that happens again, I need to be up to date. I need you to tell me, hold on, PJ. We're down right now. The stream got taken down. Let me know. I need you to let me know. It took too long to get the stream back live. Automatic strike. Oh, there it is. That's a dirty hit, said Frank. He pushes his hands in the face.
Oh my God. Stop, please. Stop.
Shay changes her profile picture more than people change their socks.
Ouch.
Tommy Shredder.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Paulo C said what the MLB can do is if the runner takes too much time to get back to the base, that player can be tagged out. Oh, the
ball was like deep left field foul.
With two outs. So he's
around second base. He's giving it his all. And now you got to sprint back.
All it takes is somebody running back to the base and getting injured for that rule to be wiped.
Let's say Miguel Cabrera is coming back.
Vogelbach.
Oh, Vogelbach. I mean, that might take him 6 months. They might as well just say, okay, foul ball, Vogelbach's over there.
You just advance a base because we don't know.
It's just automatic out.
Automatic out.
Took too long. Vogelbach's gone. D-Cut says, professionals wear sleeves, TJ. That's hence why I don't wear mine. Shay, look at this. She said, it's time to change that picture again. And also, professionals don't have pedo stashes.
Oh, man, Shay's coming at you hard.
Jesus Christ. Frank said, Bossy played 10 years average, 60 goals a year. He had like 600 goals. If he didn't get hurt, Ovechkin and Gretzky would be looking at an unattainable goal record. Yes.
538. He had 538.
Yeah, the goal record would be unattainable because Bossy definitely would have it. No one ever would break it. It would be the best true goal scorer.
Or 573. Maybe it was 573. His last year was the only year he didn't have over 50, and I think he had 38 that year. I think it was 573 is how many goals he scored in his career.
That's right. I forgot he died too just recently. About a year ago almost to date, he died.
Wow.
His last year playing was when he was 30 years old. His career ended when he was 30.
In
573.
573, 38 is last year. It was the only year he didn't score 50, and his back was really in bad shape by then. You got cross-checked. He was getting cross-checked all the time in the lower back. All the time.
I was going to say panties, but I thought it was a bit too much. I didn't want to trouble. Oh gosh. That's, I guess, from a different comment. Let's talk some fantasy baseball, TG. No fantasy sports. Alexander says here, great win by the Mets today. I was not impressed by Tommy Pham.
He's finished.
Tommy Pham, that's right. Canna and Escobar. I understand it's a long season, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Got a comment here from James F. Grumpy.
Bolts, Panthers, and Devils all won tonight. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And Shay says here, I don't get how this version of fantasy works. You try to win the most categories. So you try to be a balanced team and win the most categories. Whoever wins the most categories gets the victory. That's kind of how it works. Mayfield was a dirty hit, Grumpy. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it was a dirty hit. It was boarding, but that doesn't make it a dirty hit. No. It was boarding.
He could have hurt him a lot. He could have really hurt him on that.
Yeah, I mean, but it was not a dirty hit. It's a boarding call. I mean, that's just a regular penalty. I mean, he hit him in the back along the board. You could have hit him, hit from behind, whatever. But it's not a dirty play. Dirty plays are slew-footing guys, or seeing a guy come or hammering him with an elbow, or stick him in the face or something like that. Those are dirty plays. It just happens. It's a penalty, and it should have been a penalty, but it's not a dirty play.
C says, yes, Frank, Bossy was the best goal scorer to me. Number 2 was Mario Lemieux.
He was tremendous.
There it is. Yep. Pellick screamed as his spine was bent on the wall. Clean hit is a little strong. Tommy Shredder said if there was glass behind Pellick, it wouldn't have looked as bad as it was. It wasn't a dirty hit. Yeah, I don't think so. TJ, Drew L said, TJ, gonna say it was all warranted. And then on Saturday, unless if a guest is on, TJ will be 30 minutes late.
That's true. When there's guests, TJ's on time.
Yeah, I'm on time. I'm always on time for the Adams Never Said Die podcast.
No, you're not. You were late last night.
Fuck. He's on his Lombardi time.
Andrew L said, might end up playing the Devils. Only 1 point behind Carolina. They've got a game in hand, too.
Two games in hand.
Carolina has a much easier schedule down the road. I know they lost tonight. I'm telling you, Phil's facts today was.
Wait, Carolina lost today?
Was that?
I didn't even think Carolina played today.
3-2, the Detroit Red Wings.
Wow. Okay.
Here's the thing, though. Carolina is going to be fine. Carolina has nothing to worry about. They're on a little bit of a skid. They played some really tough teams. Of like, oh, look at the record. Oh, Carolina is 4-5-1 in their last 11 or in the last 10 games. Phil was so quick to mention. I said, yeah, what you forgot to mention was they played Toronto twice. They played the Rangers twice. They played Boston over that stretch. They played the Vegas Golden Knights. They played all these teams that are top tier teams. Hey, the Islanders are 16-4-4 over the last 24 games. I'm like, yeah, I'm well aware of it. And look at the teams that we played. Right, we were poised.
Two playoff teams.
Two tough teams. That's it. Oh, we played Winnipeg. We beat Winnipeg twice. Is that not tough? I said
Winnipeg's lost 12 of the last 18 games.
And then we beat Pittsburgh twice. I said Pittsburgh blows.
Sucks.
I'm about to say a lot of suck squad teams to beat. Shay said TJ pronounced the player's name correctly. So let's give him a round of applause.
Yay.
I'm happy.
You're not supposed to applaud yourself, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I was going to applaud. I need to get the claps louder. John McManaman said Bailey has played the best he's ever played in the last 2 games, sorting out popcorn.
There you go.
Tommy Shredder says here, TJ, can you pull up Frank the Tank losing to the Islanders again? I couldn't find it. Hold on, I'll try to pull that up. Drew L. Grumpy.
TJ, I thought you hated talking fantasy. Then you proceed to rant on Daniel Bard. It's true.
Yeah, I did.
Same thing with Verlander. Complain about that on your fantasy team. TJ select. He's allowed to talk about whatever he wants, but we're not allowed to.
Gilbert Gottfried was also a great comedian. Rest in peace. I like Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, he was. D-Cut Grumpy.
Candy Canes choked away another game tonight. The Devils will pass them soon, and the soft as butter Canes lose in 5 to the Rangers. I disagree with that whole statement. Sorry,
continuing along there.
Andrew L says, Tommy, that was an old clip from the Mets losing, not from the Devils' loss.
Okay, somebody just tagged me in it on the other one. I don't have it pulled up, but I'll try to see if I get it pulled up here. Fire TJ, hire D-Cut. Fire D-Cut, hire Shay. So we got a little bit of moving that Tommy Shredder wants going on here. Bard had a rough World Baseball Classic. Maybe it had an effect on him, says Prince. Yeah, I think so too. Christopher C said the Devils won today. Detroit win could possibly change the playoff outlook for us. They still have too many games in hand, unfortunately. That's the way I look at it. Too many games in hand for the Devils, or for the Devils to pass the Hurricanes right now. You're right, Grumpy. The Hurricanes have they only have 1 game in hand. I'm sorry. The Hurricanes have 1 game in hand.
If they played tonight, then there was only just 1 game in hand.
Yep, 1 game in hand here. And rest in P to I don't like tea. What the hell does that mean? Tommy Shredder said, I thought it was from the Devils losing. I saw some guy named Aiden
Fulp, who was a collegiate defender of the year, is a front runner to get signed by the Islanders. Not sure how credible the source is. It was from the Drive for Five.
Yeah, it was also on Eyes on Isles. So that's all we're going to say. Goon said, Son X, do you anticipate a weight will be lifted off your shoulders after exposing your face?
I don't know. I mean, I'll say.
Have you had a hard time sleeping at night, Son X, because people don't know what you look like?
I've not had a difficult time sleeping at night. I know Grump has been hyping this up so much, and I just hope it lives up to the hype, but we'll have to see.
Grumpy has doing that a lot.
He's a hype man.
Nick D said, unfortunately, the higher ups in WWE don't think that Sami Zayn shouldn't be champion, even though Sami gets the loudest crowds and loudest crowd pop for the last 2 months. I have no idea who Sami Zayn is.
It's Zayn. You said it. Actually, you said it right. I was stunned. You said it right. It was probably.
Don't worry. He reverted back to his old ways.
Couldn't help himself.
Who the hell is this guy? He's like he looks like some Irish fella. Oh my God, he is not a pretty looking guy.
Sheamus. I remember Sheamus was Irish.
Yeah.
Does he wrestle anymore?
No.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, does he?
Wow.
Yep. Sure does.
Sheamus, I'm pretty sure, ate sunscreen.
This guy.
And this is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They're going to be going for the tag team championship title.
Looks like Seth Rogen. And hold on, go up. He looked like Seth Rogen.
Okay, both of these guys look like freaking dad bod central. Are you shitting me? What happened to the days when freaking wrestlers used to be huge?
Vince, that's what because Vince isn't in charge, and Vince liked the big guys. And actually, throughout history in wrestling, they always wanted big guys as wrestlers because this way people would be intimidated by them.
Sure,
they'd want people thinking, "Oh, we went to the match, and I could beat the shit out of that guy. He's 5'7", 180 pounds. I can kick his butt." They like big guys. That's the way it should be. I always like the big guys too.
Yeah, I don't like him with long hair. He looks like you could how tall is this guy? Now I'm interested. I'm going down a rabbit hole because you're right. I do think that when I see guys who are midgets out there wrestling, I'm like, what's the point? Is 6'1"? He's tall enough. He still should be huge. He should be. I'm talking about ripped to ribbons. I mean, with the amount of steroids those guys use, he should be just juiced. He should look like there's more juice in him than a Tropicana orange juice can.
Big show height or nothing.
Son X, it's WrestleZania. Oh God. Oh no.
He's over. He's really over right now.
Tommy Shredder said, "You're gonna get copyright flagged again." No, hopefully I didn't.
There was just pictures this time, so no video.
True L said the Yankees got the first win of the season, and Judge did typical Judge things there. He hit himself a home run. Yep, Grumpy.
He did.
And Grumpy Man Gooden was dominating. He was dominant there.
It's funny. I remember the announcers would say, they always call X. Do you remember what they used to call
you? Grumpy, could you need to get yourself composed? You start
the old age. It's the old age.
X.
Twice in one episode. God, freaking mighty. Just call him X.
Do you remember what they used to call a curveball?
What they used to call a curveball?
Like a slang term for a curveball.
No.
They call it Uncle Charlie, is what they call it. And the announcer would say, well, it's not Uncle Charlie, it's Lord Charles when he threw the curveball. Okay. That's how, and it's tremendous.
Yeah.
You look some old Dwight Gooden stuff, it's like, my God.
Well, speaking on pitchers, you want to know who had a really good day pitching today?
Who's that?
Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole was tremendous today.
11 strikeouts today.
Damn.
Six shutout innings.
Yep.
Gungu says, Son X, who has a stronger sense of humor, TJ or the Warden?
Wow.
Oh, Warden is very dry. Very dry. So I'll have to give it to TJ.
It's got to be TJ. The Warden doesn't have a funny bone in her body.
I've got a good sense of humor.
Also, she has some good one-liners that come out of nowhere.
Yeah, when she's attacking.
You least expect it, though. They're mean. Yeah. They're mean. But, yeah, TJ, yeah. The Warden's very stiff.
I've got a great sense of humor. Yes, Brady's kids are in Florida. I saw that too. Drew L said, never draft Mets players. How about never draft the best pitcher in a draft? I did watch a couple videos on how to draft, so I wasn't totally clueless. Yeah, usually pitchers have up years and down years. Yeah, so Tommy Shredder, Grumpy, I'll let you read that.
Now that the Sacramento Kings made the playoffs, I think for the first time in 17 or 18 years, the Jets now have the longest active drought in all the four major sports. Jets doing Jet-like things, but fumble memories. If they get Aaron Rodgers, they will make the playoffs. No doubt in my mind. They didn't have a quarterback last year.
Paul O.C. Grumpy.
Guys, that was a dirty play by the defenseman. Knew that what he was doing. You cannot dive into a player's legs. He didn't like that unless you touch the puck. He did. First, before you run into him, that's definitely a penalty. No, he got the puck before he made contact with him.
I thought it was a bang-bang play. I don't think it was trying to be dirty. Maybe it was a penalty, sure. But now this is what Grumpy sent me. He wanted me. Grumpy doesn't right? We said Grumpy. We don't want to just be talking about Tom Brady even after he's retired every show. But Grumpy sent us this of Tom Brady playing some beach football.
Now, here's the thing. When TJ got married, they got married at the beach location, and we played football on the beach. How would you like it if you were playing football on the beach and another group of players, another group of people, hey, you want to play? Could you mind if we play? And the three players that come up are Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and Julian Edelman.
And Danny Amendola was also there as well.
And Danny Amendola.
Here's my thing on this. I think Brady was out there, and he's a partial owner in that WNBA team. I think he has an itch now. He's going to open up an expansion team in Florida, and he's getting the gang back together. That's what it looks like to me.
One of the things that I thought was surprising about this clip too is Wes Welker was too concussed to find his way to the field. So unfortunately, he could not make his way out there because they were supposed to add 4 people to make it an even number, but Wes Welker did get lost along the way. Or I'm sorry, an odd number.
Somebody kicked sand in his face and he got concussion.
Oh man. But this is it. There's no video on it. And I love like the Gronk is still in good shape. Gronk is still in good shape. Tom Brady still gosh, look at Gronk. Look at his ass. Did you see Edelman? Go. Look at his ass on just playing some go. Bam.
Nope. Like I said, I bet that game gets competitive real quick.
Oh, absolutely.
Hold on. Did you like that Gronk at the end doesn't even jump? Boom! Because he didn't want to knock this guy over on his ass. So he just stands up and down. He just goes, boom. He's like, yeah, I'll just go ahead.
That was enough. That was all that was needed.
Just him standing up and leaning against him. He's like, whoa, it threw him off his center of gravity when the guy lands. Oh, that's good. That would be cool. Shay, with yet another new pitcher, says, I don't want Ohtani for $500 million plus. I'd rather have Nola or Urias. Julio Urias. He's good, but I don't know how much longer he can do it for. Here's the thing. Spend as much money as you want. I don't give a shit. They could be paying $150 billion in luxury tax a year. It's not my money. Keep spending, Cohen. Keep spending.
Absolutely.
Bring in Ohtani. Bring in Urias, too. Bring in every single player known to mankind that we can.
There's no other dual threat player like Ohtani in the league.
He's spectacular. I would love Ohtani on the
He's
love
the
Ohtani
best
on the
player
Mets.
in the MLB right now.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot.
Here's the thing. There's
no
he's not implications.
He's not a shameless showboat. That's
sure.
Yeah.
There are no salary cap implications. I have no problem at all with them overpaying for a guy, like none at all. Grumpy, Drew L.
Ohtani gets way too much hate from the mainstream media. He seems like a humble dude. I just don't get why they hate because he's Japanese.
They don't like Shohei Ohtani?
I don't know.
That's the first time I made a word.
I haven't seen. I mean, the MLB pumps him up insane. Like everything is about him,
as they should. He's spectacular.
I mean, yeah, exactly. He's the best player in the sport right now. I mean, it used to be Trout. Now it's transitioned to Ohtani. I've never heard of him really getting a lot of hate, but it could be.
I was about to say I don't pay attention a lot to legacy media or the media like that, unless the only time I'm paying attention is when I'm trying to prep the show. D-Cut says Babe Ruth also held the record for consecutive scoreless innings in the World Series. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Frank says, how do you know they were throwing 80 miles an hour? Did they have a radar guns back then?
TJ doesn't know. He just likes to say it.
I don't know. I mean, just look at the.
Did they throw? Were they throwing 100 miles an hour? No. Bob Feller was the first guy to throw 100 miles an hour. Nolan Ryan did it consistently. That was in the 70s. Bob Feller was in the 50s. Some guys threw really, really hard, but not like the guys now. Everybody throws really hard. It's about movement. It's not speed that gets batters. It's movement. You could, I don't care if a guy's throwing 120 miles an hour. If that ball's not moving, they'll eventually the batters will they'll time that up.
Okay, but when you mix it in with a breaking ball or an off-speed pitch, yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough to hit them.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, just if a fastball is straight, it's going to get teed up. You have to have movement on pitches.
Now it is. But if you went back in that time period when throwing a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, nobody would come close to touching that pitch. Nobody. They just don't see it. They're not used to it. They're not accustomed to it. Think about how many players these days they face kids who are throwing, high school kids who are throwing in the mid 90s.
95, 97. I mean, that's even the high school, that's what the kids throw.
Yeah. Drew L said, Grumpy, if Ohtani played in the 1920s, Ohtani would have been considered the greatest pitcher of all time. Yeah, greatest pitcher and batter of all time. Absolutely.
No, stop, please.
He would be looked at if you took Ohtani and said, we're going to drop you in the 1920s, he would be like the Wayne Gretzky of baseball.
Stop.
It would be like batting practice for him.
Please stop.
I think he would have probably 1,500 home runs, 1,500 career home runs, and 50,000 strikeouts.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous.
Would you not agree there, X?
I seriously think he would shatter the record books. There wouldn't be enough space on the page for the amount of zeros on the home runs and strikeouts that he would have.
You've heard about infinite numbers, Grumpy. They wouldn't be able to have enough for the Excel sheets. Guys like Phil's Facts,
they would just stick infinity in there.
Guys like Phil's Facts wouldn't be able to put enough zeros in the calculator in order to get it working, Grumpy.
All I can say is I know X is being facetious. TJ, you're not, because, well, you know.
I'll say I think he would have been.
Ohtani was not the Japanese Babe Ruth. That was Hideki Matsui was the Japanese Babe Ruth, Godzilla. And when he came here, guess what? He was nowhere near, didn't put up the numbers that he put up in Japan.
Babe Ruth is the American Shohei Ohtani. That's how this should be phrased, because Babe Ruth is the American Shohei Ohtani. I don't know how they can put it, Grumpy. Shohei Ohtani much better than Babe Ruth. Come on, Grump. And he wouldn't be the same, says Frank. Drew says here, I know a flight from Japan to the United States that isn't Spirit Airlines costs around $6,000. Holy!
That's what I'm saying. If they're spending that money, I don't think they're going to really care about throwing a couple extra dollars in there to fly to the East Coast.
Oh my God! Shay said, "How much longer can he pitch and hit at that high of a level? He's 29 years old when he's a free agent."
He's not. His average is okay, but he'll be a power hitter longer than he'll be a really great pitcher.
Got a comment here from Joseph C saying the value of Shohei Ohtani gives a team is tremendous. The Mets are going to need a starting pitcher after next season, and they could use his bat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
Andrew L said, well, now we know Grumpy was a public wanker. There it is. That's true. That's the way it sounded. Gungun says, is it only a matter of time until a serious fan of the show gets a tattoo paying tribute to TJ Grumpy or even possibly Son X?
Maybe, but I'll bet it's a long time from now.
They'll pay homage in a long time from now. Paulo C. Grumpy.
Grumpy, the hitters are better today. That's why it's so hard to go the distance to pitch a complete game. No, they don't throw as many pitches. Today, a pitcher's pitch count goes up in a hurry because batters are so good to foul off pitchers up. No. Because they don't. Guys, when you're throwing every single pitch as hard as you can, you run out of gas. If guys learn how to pitch, I'll use Greg Maddux again. Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. But Tom Glavine, same thing. They were able to hit spots, corners that pitchers couldn't hit them. They didn't throw the ball 100 miles an hour. Didn't have to. No.
Gungun says, speaking of putting a different spin on the national anthem, wasn't Jimi Hendrix's version valid?
No, I didn't.
Did he just play the guitar?
Yeah, I was at Woodstock.
Okay.
Drew L said Pete Alonso took inspiration from Russell Westbrook on the fashion sense. Oh gosh, no. Andrew L said, was that X?
I said he missed all the shots.
Oh God. Must have gone 0 for today with a golden sombrero. Andrew L said, TJ, why did you pick such a flamboyant outfit to wear for the game?
Thought it was you.
I wish I had that much fashion. I don't have any fashion. This is about as fashionable as I get. A tank top or a t-shirt.
He's lucky if he's wearing a shirt.
Joseph C said, LOL, laughing out loud at Andrew. Andrew L. Grumpy says, Grumpy, didn't you know Duke was still playing? I didn't know Duke was still playing.
Duke was still playing. They're not playing.
Oh, there it is. Not a fan of the man purse, says John M. Gosh.
Most adults aren't.
Joseph C said, to be fair, TJ has a much better mustache than Pete Alonso. Pete's mustache looks like it belongs to somebody who owns a van that has free candy written on the side of it. I forgot he even had a mustache. Well, thank you, Joseph. Thank you I will take that as a compliment for this mustache. Thank you. Drell said, TJ, I think I'm an honorary. I'm sorry. I'm honorary. I think I'm honorary of Carl Lewis, or in honor of Carl Lewis, we should play Fergie's national anthem as well. Oh God, I didn't know she had a freaking national anthem. I'm done with the national anthems. I'm all national anthemed out, to be honest. Bad national anthems are not something I enjoy. Joel said, you know who's in today's lowlights? TJ exposing that hairline.
Yikes.
Said, what's today's low light? TJ exposing his hairline. I don't know how, honestly, I don't know how you just add words, subtract words, change definitions.
Hold on. Did I not say that just, you know what's in today's low lights? TJ exposing his hairline.
No.
Yes, I did. What are you talking about?
No, you did not.
I love it. And then he insists that he's right. He doesn't.
You rephrased it. You rephrased it is what you did.
Got the freaking point across, Grump.
No.
You said, what came first, the chicken or Lou Lamoriello? Grumpy, I'll let you weigh in on that, and I'll let X weigh in on this too. This is a question that is pondered.
Well, Lou Lamoriello has laid an egg, so I'm going to say Lou Lamoriello before the chicken.
Okay, what about you, X?
I'm going to say the chicken, and it wasn't cooked well, and Lou ate it and then crapped himself.
That's why we don't let you ad lib on hockey. Next,
I like it. Shay said you mess up every name. You would know the pronunciation if you follow the sports.
Oh,
I actually don't follow any sports. Andrew L said Anthony Richardson doinked the roof at Pro Day. Yes, let's put that up.
That really comes in handy when you're playing in the NFL. Can you hit the roof? Stop.
Hey, well, Will Levis did it, so I have to show that I can do it as well.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't think he hit the roof.
Well, apparently that's what he was saying.
Oh, no, I'm not sure Levis did it, but I know Richardson definitely did.
Yeah.
And I'll let you watch it. Honestly, when I watch this, I'm like, dude, I know you're just trying to show off your arm strength, but not good.
It's not even showing off your arm strength. I can throw a torpedo and hit the roof.
He's got great arm strength.
He does have good arm strength, but how is that showing off your arm strength?
Stroud or even Will Levis, in a sense. Anthony's arm strength is his superpower, but everything just looks so easy. As you can see, everything's so fluid. As you can see, he hit the ceiling right there. There we go. We get quarterback hitting the ceiling.
Laughing.
As you see, he gets a big laugh.
I would never draft that kid. Never.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wouldn't be laughing about
all I wanted to see from his pro day is can he complete a 15-yard out?
No. The answer to that's no.
See, that's what I don't. Everyone knows he can throw the ball 100 miles, but can you hit a guy on an out pattern? Can you hit a guy in stride coming across the middle? That's the biggest issue, and I didn't show that. I don't know if he can or not.
The answer to that question is not proficiently.
He can hit the awning of the ceiling, though.
He did that. Now, he can throw well on the run. He's not a quarterback that can throw in the pocket.
I don't see any scouts really laughing at that. They're like,
you got one guy laughing at, but here's the thing, though. This is not, hey, buddy, you're getting ready for the biggest audition of your life. You're not messing around. You're not laughing. Sorry, man. You're not at a point where we can do this. Now, this, right? You talk about arm strength. Holy shit. Look at this. He's rolling out cross body throw. This is just this. When you talk about arm strength, he's got the arm strength for certain.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Is that like 50 yards downfield? 50 yards downfield, cross body.
Bryce Young did the same thing, except he threw it to the other sideline as he's rolling to his left. He threw it to the right sideline in his pro day. Like I said,
that cross body rolling out the other direction. Stop.
He absolutely did. He absolutely did.
You're saying they rolled him out.
He was rolling out this way, and he flicks it down the right side.
Not 50 yards downfield, Grump.
Yes, 50 yards downfield.
No, you don't. Okay, that's the equivalent of a 100-yard pass. Please stop.
This is longer than a 50-yard throw, by the way. This is longer than a 50-yard throw.
Sure. Okay, sure. I'm just saying, it's just like, that's a freaking pop. He can do that all day. But the thing is, you're right. You're not going to be in situations where just saying, hey, bomb the ball downfield as long as you can, and we hope we hit it.
Right.
He can't make the simple throws. That's his issue. He can't. Couldn't do it playing for Florida. Couldn't do it in the combine. Couldn't do it in his pro day.
Oh man. Yes. I thought that he's a project. He's a project. We know he's got the arm strength. We know he has the ability to put the touch on the ball. He can't hit intermediate or short passes to save his life.
Do you think the kid from Tennessee possibly jumps him? The
Malik Hooker? No, Malik Hooker is not that good.
He's Hooker. I think his name is Hendon Hooker, not Malik Hooker.
Hendon Hooker. That's right. Hendon Hooker. I'm sorry.
For me, he's 25 years old. That's going to hurt his draft stock. He's coming off a torn ACL. That's going to hurt his draft stock. I think he's a football player, though. I think that he will be drafted by someone and he will be a starter in the NFL at some point in time. I love his makeup. I like his makeup.
He's a nice guy. He's a really good person, too, from what I understand.
Smart.
Now, yeah. Now, here's this. Lions head coach Dan Campbell said in a recent interview that a teammate of Jalen Carter's gave him an interesting information that nobody would have known. He would not expand on that. But interesting information. Along with that, the Raiders are reportedly not considering Jalen Carter anymore and have crossed his name off the draft board.
Wow.
Guess what that means? Detroit's also crossed him off the draft board.
I wonder what interesting information, because we see that. What interesting information. Dan Campbell, again, I love Dan Campbell. He's a guy who you'll say exactly what he thinks. But when he can't expound on it or find a way to put it in nice words, he just says, interesting. I assume that's not a good interesting.
No. And here the Raiders have crossed him off the draft board. I told you. And he's going to drop. And at some point in time, someone's going to roll the dice on him. But you know what? This kid's got bust potential.
He has high bust potential is exactly right. But this is a guy where you could get an absolute steal.
And the sad thing is not based on performance. It's based off off-field antics.
Yep, absolutely.
And early in the draft process, he was like the number one pick.
Yep.
He's not even close to number one now.
No.
He's talented. The fact that for his pro day, he was too out of shape to do the drills, man, that's a red flag. That's like
I agree with that.
More than one. They're like hurricane warning. No.
It's like they're trying to land a plane, except they're trying to land a million planes on the same exact strip or airstrip. Boop, boop, boop.
Like Die Hard 2.
Oh God, is that what happened to Die Hard 2?
Yeah, Bruce Willis got up and he was waving freaking fire sticks or something.
Flares.
I don't think. Man, it looked like a torch. I thought they were like torches.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long time since I watched Die Hard 2. Good movie though. I like Die Hard 2.
I am going to pop this up here now. It wouldn't be a show. Or Drew L. Grumpy says, honestly, on the whole NFL talk, the real question is: Will Russ cook? Will Russ cook Son X?
No.
I think he cooks. I think he cooks for his wife.
Oh, okay.
At home cooking is going to be it.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Is he going to cook?
No.
It's okay. I don't either. I think he's finished. It's funny. You mentioned. Oh, go ahead, girl.
I mentioned last year, week 1, watching him throw. I'm like, something's wrong with him. That was what, right? Isn't that what I said? I'm like, he's not throwing the ball right. Everything's off.
I will say this here. You look at a lot of mock drafts before that comment made by Dan Campbell. A lot of mock drafts had Jalen Carter maybe dropping to the Lions and the Lions picking him up. But I mean, like the free fall looks like it can be intact. I've seen some mock drafts that have Bijan Robinson being drafted by 9th by the Chicago Bears.
Bijan Robinson. Okay.
I like
talent-wise.
A lot.
Talent-wise,
sure.
Bijan Robinson is a top 10 pick. Sure. As a running back, that's devalued because he's a running back. But talent-wise, the kid's a difference maker. And I'll tell you what, if they draft them, it would be surprising, but it absolutely elevates their offense. They don't have a running game right now.
I will tell you this too. I agree. Speaking of mock draft, Grumpy, you know somebody who's been climbing up the ladders, Grumpy? Do you know just by this image who this is?
Paris Campbell?
Paris Johnson, not Paris Campbell, but Paris Johnson.
Sorry.
Look at this. Ooh, baby. I'm telling you, he is looking freaking smooth. He is looking smooth. He needs to put about like 30 or 40 pounds on, but he is athletic and he is looking freaking smooth, man.
Now, TJ, I have to ask you a question.
Sure.
When you see offensive line drills like this, does that just make you smile? Does that get you going?
When I saw this, I was like, this is about as good as it gets.
He was a half step slow on both of those turns. Watch when the guy turns. The first one's good. Second one, little late. Third one, a little bit late.
What are you talking about?
I just told you what I was talking about.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's good. It's good. What are you talking about? He's flipping his hips every single time. And again, he's doing it. There's no missteps. There's no missteps on any one of those. That's about as perfect as that drill as you can do. Perfect.
Right. Hey, do offensive line talk on your own time, please.
Baby, for all the offensive line enthusiasts. Oh, Paris Johnson's looking good, baby. He's crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's out there.
Seriously, I'd like to see what DeJuan Jones looked like in those drills. Also from Ohio State. He's like 6'8", 360. And also Peter Skoransky. I'd like to see how he looks in those drills. I think those are your top 3 tackles.
Where is I saw Skoransky, or who? I'm sorry, the kid from Northwestern. What the hell is his name again?
Peter Skoransky.
I don't want to mispronounce it. Skoransky.
That's the redhead.
Skoransky. It's not Skoransky. Skoransky. I just said what the name is, and somehow you still messed it up.
Big bastard from Northwestern.
Is that the redheaded kid?
I don't know what the hell color hair he's got. All I know is he wears a helmet all the time. Anytime I see him, and he looks like he's out of breath, as most offensive linemen are. So decipher that how you will. He is not. I don't know if he's got red hair, but he definitely looks like he rolled out of bed every time he goes someplace with his hair kind of all over. But yeah, we'll look at that as we get closer to the draft. Trust me, we'll be doing plenty of research. Prince Chicken.
Draft is 4 weeks from tonight is the draft.
Yeah. Prince Chicken Wing says Danny Dimes.
Who sucks?
Tony Cheese says let Drew cook. Holy crap! It's DB Cooper, Grumpy. It's defensive back Cooper.
Defensive back Cooper.
Joseph C. said, Grumpy is right about collusion. All these teams saying they don't want a league MVP is super suspect.
And they just come out and say it. When do you ever hear NFL teams ever saying anything? They don't say anything about anybody they want, who they don't want. They're coming and saying they don't want this guy, and then they give you excuses. Well, the draft compensation and the money, they're just in lockstep. It's freaking collusion is what it is. I told you before it started that that's what it was.
You heard it from Grumpy first.
There it is. D-Cut says Ursay is a fall down drunk who's never worked a day in his life. That also is true. Shay said, sure, I can forge a Piazza signature for you because I don't know him, to be honest. I'd rather Epler not trade. Look at his deals. Mostly been trash. I'm looking at that rough trade mostly.
Yeah, we called that on deadline day.
Yeah, we said, what the hell are they doing? Oh gosh. Nick, do you know? Question mark.
Who's
Play
Nick?
That, TJ. What is this?
That was you, Grump.
Who's Nick?
That was you, Grump.
Oh God. Oh.
Mets need to swing for the fence, swing for the higher fences than guys like Ruff and Vogelbach at the deadline. They need to find a real power bat. Joseph C., we mentioned that last year before the deadline. I thought they should have been all in for Juan Soto. All in.
Let's see here. Hold on. Drew did send us a few. Holy crap. Drew did send us a few memes. Grumpy. Grump. Continue to read comments, please. Grumpy isn't pulling this up here. Paulo C.
Grumpy, I'm not from the USA. I'm from Montreal. The franchise was 24 cups, but a diehard Islanders fan since 1978 when Toronto upset us in 7 games. And in 79, it was the Rangers. I remember, to me, the worst loss ever for the New York Islanders was 78. Even more than 79 against the Rangers. 78 was the worst.
Grumpy,
Ravens fan, this is going to be that stupid fucking kid. I can tell already.
No, it's not, Grumpy.
I see some pretend looking legs, some sticks.
What's his name? Triple Bucket or something like that. What the hell's his name? Triple Bucket.
His name is Dickweed.
Oh, come on, Grumpy. No, read the whole thing for those looking.
Ravens fans, when Lamar leaves and Zach Wilson is their quarterback.
I'll make sure it's a good volume there for you, Grumpy, because I feel like you're going to like this.
Why? Why did your parents reproduce? Why?
Oh, no.
Why did they let them procreate?
What is this one? Okay, hold on a
Grumpy,
second.
when he hears the singer do the home of the brave weird. I don't think they should be penalized. All it does is make me say, God, you're a moron. You're probably, what do you got, like third grade education? I mean, just buffoon.
Oh gosh, that's going back to the archives right there. Hold on a second. Oh, God, I can just tell by how Anthony joined this one. MLB higher ups when the blue doesn't hand the ball to the catcher in time.
Walk home. Walk home, bitch. Bye-bye.
Already. Walk home, bitch. Bye-bye. Oh, good gracious.
Oh my God.
Grumpy going freaking bananas.
The grumpy memes.
Will Sun X be removing his mask? Be the equivalent of Kane? He took off his mask.
If you remember that unmasking, let's just say that you'll have to watch it, but it'll be something a little similar.
Paulo C said, Frank, but both years, 78 and 79, we never would have been beaten, or we never would have beaten Montreal never would have beaten Montreal anyway.
I'll tell you what, Montreal was the one team that we were the one team that Montreal was scared to play. They did not want to play us. I think we could have beaten Montreal. We couldn't have beat the 76 team, but the 78 and 79, I think we had a shot. We needed that little something extra, which we got with Butch Goring, of course, when we moved Dave Lewis and Billy Harris. But people forget how good the Islanders were. So good, even before they won. Sometimes you got to learn how to lose before you win.
D-Cut says a deuce was also a curveball until people started associating it with the word of taking a dump.
It's filthy.
Yeah.
Filthy minds.
Christopher C says here, the New York Jets and the Sabres have the longest droughts. They're both tied. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Drew L says, hold up. You're forgetting a fifth person on that beach. Tua Tagovailoa. That's right. He got concussed and could not find his way to the freaking
Somebody kicked sand in his face and he got a concussion.
Andrew L says, Ohtani does not get hate. I didn't think he did. Oh, yes, that's right. Drew did said, I know that Stephen A. Smith is kind of indicated that, he's a face for baseball, should be American. I do remember he said that. Yeah. D-Cut says Walter Johnson threw over 100 miles an hour and played in the early 1900s. You just look at it.
His nickname was the Christy Mathewson. I mean, these guys could really throw the ball.
Frank said that's stupid. In the 20s, they didn't have the nutrition or working out. None of today's world that plays would be better. Okay. And Ohtani would have been washing Babe Ruth's clothes, TJ. Oops, I said that. No. You know what would happen? Babe Ruth would have just been an afterthought. Shohei Ohtani. I'm pretty sure Babe Ruth, if they played inter-squad scrimmages and they played every day, I'm pretty sure Babe Ruth never would have made contact with the ball. That's how fantastic Ohtani is.
I'll say the technology is a lot different. Obviously, like the bats are made where people can hit the ball a lot further than they could back then. And yeah, nutrition is another big thing. The guys are just bigger today than they were back then. More physical, which is why you see them pumping the ball out at 100 miles an hour and hitting 500-plus foot home runs.
Babe Ruth swung a 54-ounce bat,
which is unheard of.
Yeah, because he was huge, and it was all you just watch him. You watch he just snapped those wrists. They just bang, tremendous.
I think you think that he never even like loaded back to generate power. Nope. It was kind of like he just stepped forward. If you look at all his swings, it's almost like he's out in front of like all of his weights in front. Nothing's back.
That's why he also struck out however many times in his MLB career.
Nowhere near as many as the guys strike out today. Not even close.
Oh,
I don't think he ever. I don't think he ever had a 200 strikeout year. How many guys have 200 strikeout years now? Everybody.
If you put Shohei Ohtani, go ahead, finish your statement. Sorry.
Okay, how many times did Shohei Ohtani strike out last year?
You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, why not pull it up? And here's the thing, I'm not putting down Shohei Ohtani. I think he's great. But to compare him to Babe Ruth, stop.
Times are different.
He struck out
over 100, right? Guaranteed.
All I can find out is how many people he struck out. Hold on a second.
I can look it up.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Just read a comment. I'll get to it. I'll get it for you.
No, I'll have it. No, you don't get anything pulled up correctly. Or in time. He struck out 161 times last year.
That's an awful lot of times.
Not 200, but 161.
That's a lot of times. I didn't even think it was that high.
If Ohtani was pitching the way he does now back then, he would have had a 0.3 ERA and probably a million freaking strikeouts. I couldn't even count. I'm being serious.
Stop.
I'm being a little hyperbolic, but I'm also being serious. I'm being serious. Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely. Paul OC says, Frank, I smell an upset. We're going to upset the Hurricanes in 7. And Carolina and Palmieri will score the winner late in the game. I don't know. It doesn't run out of gas. Humans just doesn't, it's just a different part of the body. Okay.
You know what? Babe Ruth never struck out more than 93 times a year in his whole career.
How many at-bats did he have? How many at-bats did he have?
A
year.
10,627.
No, at-bats a year.
In a year.
He averaged 688 at-bats a year. In 160.
What's the average for Shohei Ohtani also sometimes? Does he always hit?
More.
Ohtani's about 586. Plate appearances 666. So plate appearances, he had about 666 last year.
And what's his strikeouts?
161 strikeouts.
Okay, that's just for 1 year. That's not his average over 162 games, right? Or maybe it is.
175 is the average over 160.
Okay, that's what I'm just saying. Guys strike out a lot more. Guys would make contact.
Pitching is a lot better now than it was then. How many more times we got to go over this, old man?
No, everybody's swinging for the fences. Everybody's swinging for the fences.
How many times we got to teach you this, old man?
Okay. When 33% of at-bats are strikeouts, walks, or home run, it tells you everybody's swinging for the fences.
It's because Shohei Ohtani's pitching out there, Grumpy. I'm shocked the numbers aren't 40% of all at-bats because nobody makes contact against the guy.
You struck out 150 times. You were freaking an embarrassment.
Okay, here's my thing, though. You also have to look at pitchers nowadays. They have more than 3 pitches in their arsenal.
Correct.
That's true. That's true.
It's a lot different. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot different. It's like, okay, I got to worry about, okay, is this guy going to throw me a slider? Is he going to throw me a curveball? Is he going to throw me a circle change, a knuckleball, 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball? I mean, there's tons more pitches that pitchers throw nowadays than what they used to throw back then.
Back in the day, it was like they were throwing freaking BP. They're throwing batting practice, just humming it in there. Stop. Shay said, I don't have fashion, but I have fashing. There it is. Hudson Fashing. I love when grumpy old man yells at TJ about his reading.
It's so bad.
It's a show within itself.
There it is. Drew says here, you know what they say about nice guys, TJ? They finish last. Oh, man. Andrew L said, TJ, could you pull up Hunter Renfroe's catch?
No.
Yes. No. We just got the stream taken down earlier. Maybe.
How do you not learn from that? Oh, yeah, sure. Let me go again.
We can afford to go down for another 20 minutes.
Sure. Hey, okay, let's see. I want to see. Maybe I can pull up a little snippet. I just won't show it as many times. Keep reading comments, please, though, Grumpy, as I'm pulling that up.
Okay. Paulo C says, Frank, we're just having fun here on the Thursday, Saturday, Wednesday podcast. That's what it's all about having fun. It's okay to disagree, or else what kind of podcast would we have? Exactly. Everything we do is for fun. Everything.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is. I'll pull this up here. Here is the Renfroe catch. I'm only going to show it once, and I'll have to stop. Or maybe I'll take the volume off because maybe it's the volume.
In place.
Watch out. I'm moving my mouse all over the screen. Maybe it doesn't follow.
Oh, wow.
There's a nice catch. Did he take a shitty path to the ball, or the ball just
what I
moved?
found.
Did the ball just move?
Look what he did.
Cut it off.
Hold on. I want to see what. Okay.
just don't.
He
play
took a
it
bad
down.
angle to the ball.
Okay, is it really necessary to get it taken down again?
Hold on, we'll show this one more time.
Oh, jeez.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
he took a bad angle and he got
took a
lucky.
really shitty angle.
He got
I
lucky.
just,
He got lucky.
unless there was like 25-mile-an-hour winds, he just took a really bad angle. Is right. I do cook a mean steak, says Drew. John McManaman says there is a ton of Gator quarterbacks in the NFL. They're all backups or on bottom feeder teams.
Yeah, they're not real great.
Yep.
And here's the thing: this kid is immensely talented as an athlete, and he might be a good football player, but I find it hard to believe. I mean, he's a project.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, people are taking risks. They think Kyle Trask is going to be the next best thing. I'm like, no, yes, he sucks. He's not going to be anything. Another Florida Gator product.
Yeah.
Drew L says, sounds like the Devils are about to have a rough time in the playoffs. You know what? Every team should fear in the playoffs. You know who every team should fear in the playoffs? The New York Knicks.
Oh my God.
Okay, it should be know what, Grumpy. It should be who every team should fear, not know what. Grumpy, I'm trying to read and do my best job, all right? D-Cut says, when is Sun X gender reveal going to happen?
Saturday.
There it is. The gender reveal is happening. There are, I think there was a few more things I had prepared here. Oh, Bronny James.
Yes.
Now, would you be shocked that Bronny James got upgraded to a 5-star recruit?
You mean LeBron James' son?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who would have ever figured that?
Yeah. This is LeBron James' son.
Okay. He's projected to earn $7.2 million in NIL deals.
Please
This-
pull
you know
up
what?
his average. His average is on points, assists, rebounds, steals. Please pull those averages up because I think they're in this single digit. They're pathetically bad in high school.
He plays for Sierra Canyon. I'm sorry. Let me pull this up here. Stats.
He won the birth lottery. That's what he won.
Exactly.
Now, this
I'm
is
here
wild.
because of
This was
that.
back in. I'm going to pull up, try to get the most recent. This was back in February, so I'm trying to get the most recent numbers from him stats wise. Back in March, March 9th, so this was still not even most recent. He was averaging 14 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2.9 assists, and 1.2
In high school.
1.8 steals.
In high school.
Yeah, that's not great. And maybe he's playing against the best talent in the world, but that's not, the numbers aren't great. Let me put it
In
like
high school?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. I doubt
He might be
that.
playing against what? 1-2 kids on a team maximum that are really, really good.
For a guy who's supposed to be a 5-star, he doesn't have a lot of offers.
No.
He doesn't have an offer from Duke or Oregon and a lot of these other teams. He's got
Oregon. I think it's Oregon, USC,
Memphis,
and Memphis. Those are the three teams that he's down to.
Yeah, those are. I'm looking
mean-
at the offers. He doesn't even have an offer from Duke or Oregon, teams like that. So,
Okay.
here's
the thing. He had 15 points in the McDonald's All-Star game. He shot 5 for 8 from 3 points, and he went 0 for 2 on 2-point shots. I mean,
as a
I don't know.
combo,
And it's just funny how I was getting all these alerts. Bronny James in the slam dunk contest. He didn't. I don't even think he won the slam dunk contest. He wasn't
He
the
did not
best.
win the 3-point contest.
He didn't win that. I mean, but he's part of this. Oh, look at him. He's fantastic in this. He wasn't even the best player. Some boy named Collier is. Isaiah Collier, I believe he is. I think he won MVP. I mean, he had 20-something points, a whole bunch of boards. I mean, and you don't even hear about him. It's all about Bronny James. Whatever. Oh, here we go.
I want to pull this up. Grumpy sent this to me. Last clip of the day here. Now, I will tell you, there's one thing I've noticed throughout this clip. I like Jason Kelsey. I cannot stand Travis Kelsey.
Neither
Travis
do I.
Kelsey
Hate
is
him.
just an arrogant asshole. I'm like, no, freaking, I'm not a fan of you. I'll let you watch this. I didn't think the clip. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's so funny. Ha ha ha. Travis Kelsey's so funny. I'm like, no, it's embarrassing. He seems like an asshole. They're trying to name the NFL coaches. They had like a retreat for all the NFL coaches, and they took like a group picture, and it's just Travis Kelsey stumbling and bumbling, not even knowing what the NFL coaches look like. I'll let you watch.
Let's give the Travis Kelsey try right now.
I'm the worst with names, but I can tell you team.
Okay, all right. Starting on the left.
Standing up, sitting down.
Standing up.
Oh, this looks like it seems like this is an accelerated clip, so I apologize. This seems like it's sped up.
Standing up, Chargers, Giants, San Fran. Who the fuck is that guy? I don't know the next two. Steelers.
Tampa Bay.
Is that Steelers Tampa? Is that Tampa?
It's Tampa, yep.
Detroit.
No chance you're getting this one. 0% chance.
No clue. Jets. After Jets, nothing. I've never seen that man in my fucking life.
He's your head coach.
Good.
Hold on. You know who this guy is, right? I could tell without even looking. That's freaking Mike Daniels, baby. There's Andy Reid. You could tell Bill Belichick. There's a lot of really easy ones. Ron Rivera, Sean Payton. I mean, come on. There's a lot of easy ones on this list, but let them continue.
I mean, 3 in a row. I have no idea who those dudes are. Everybody between the Jets.
Those are offensive coordinator. Shane Steichen for the Colts. Come on, Travis.
Jacksonville.
Who's next to Dougie P? Who the fuck?
You should know that one. You should definitely know that one.
D'Amico. Who's the other one?
You should know him because he's arguably your biggest rival.
Oh, that is, that's Cincy. That's not he's a dog.
Do you know his name?
What's his name? Hold on. What's his name?
Oh my God.
He can't be that fucking dumb. And he's just like playing it like, I
no.
wonder who's
absolutely is
He's a football player. He is dumb. Have you ever heard football players try to read things? I have.
Yeah, they do a great job. They do a fantastic job. Superb readers. That's what I'm going to say. Superb. They're masters of the English language. But yeah, like he didn't know who Zach Taylor was. Come on, please stop.
That's Coach.
Oh my God,
Coach.
this is so good.
I told you I was terrible with names. I don't even know.
You're bad with names. Zach
I'm
Taylor.
the worst. Taylor. I knew it was a T.
Right.
Fuck. I'm sorry, Coach Taylor.
Are we doing the bottom? Do you want to keep doing this?
This is fun.
All right. Are you going back to the left? You starting on the right?
I'm starting right and going back left.
Starting with Matt Foley.
Cowboy. Matt Foley.
Holy shit.
Again, never seen this fucking guy in my life.
It's my defensive coordinator. You don't know either of the two Eagles coaches. I got head coaching jobs. Oh my God, this is so good. I love what's happening right now.
Miami. God damn it. There's no way, man. There's no way that guy coaches in the NFL, man. Then Pete Carroll, Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Fucking, obviously, the next fucking Rivera, QBs, Peacock.
QBs.
Quarterback play. Broncos country, let's ride. Gordon Bombay. We got the Packers, and then just no clue. And then Bills.
You figured he would know
the Bills coach, right? You figure you know Sean McDermott, don't you? He's only played him every single game for years and in the playoffs, and you don't know who he is?
Yeah, quarterback guy, Sean Payton. Like, I don't know Sean Payton's name.
You know what would happen to me if I was a coach and he's like, there's no fucking way this guy coached in the NFL. If my team beats Kansas City, I go right up to him and say, hey, guess what? You know me now?
No. I wouldn't say that in the post-game interview. I'd be like, what did you have to do with Travis? Who the hell is that? That's it. That's what I'd be like when anytime anybody asks a question about Travis. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Who is that? I know they got some tight end fella who's pretty good. Is
Kansas
that
City, right? Kansas City? Is that Kansas City?
Who's that? Yeah, I wouldn't forget something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, ladies and gents, here we are at the end of the show today. 2 hours and 33 minutes in. Grumpy, what do you want to say before we wrap things up?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens, and even those who don't. From TJ, the grumpy old man, and Son X.
Son X, what do you want to say before we wrap things up?
Just want to appreciate everybody for coming out and listening. Thanks for all the support, and weekend's coming up. Very excited. Hopefully you are too.
Very excited.
Very
excited. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into the show. We'll be live with you here this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for the comments, the interaction. We love it. We have a great time talking sports with you guys. We got a few comments here that rolled in. Shay said, it just came to me that the Islanders are winning because I haven't gone to a game in a while.
That's right. You're banished from the arena.
There it is. Drew L. also said, a lot of people are conspiring that LeBron had something to do with his recent tweets. That's why Bronny all of a sudden became a 5-star recruit.
Not shocked.
Yeah.
Pathetic. He
He'll
should.
be disappointing as a college player.
Absolutely.
He'll never be able to live up to his dad.
Do you even think he makes a pro team?
Yeah, I think he
Yes.
will.
Somebody
I think he
will draft him. Yes.
Yep.
Shay
They're
said.
saying he's probably a top 10 pick now.
Good God.
Shay said, I had no clue any of those guys were the head coaches. Oh gosh. Shay said, I think for talking.
Thank you
Oh, sorry.
for talking mostly baseball and hardly any football. I greatly appreciate it. Good night, y'all.
Thank you.
What the
There it
hell?
is.
What that? Again, you're venting words.
It's late in the evening. I haven't eaten. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
eat
whatever.
some-
Oh, that's it. Yeah, food-related brain injury.
Food-related injuries.
This is the perfect one. D-cut. TJ's new excuse for his reading deficiency is CTE.
It's lack of food. It's lack of
that's it.
nutrients to my brain.
It's lack of
BLT.
There it is. The lack of BLTs in my stomach. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching. We'll be with you guys this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you, Son X.
Hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button.
Hit the thumbs up. Hit the like. Hit subscribe. There it is.
Tell your
Do all
friends.
these things.
Tell your enemies. Subscribe.
There it is. Thanks so much, guys.